welcome to episode 7 of the Tuesday night Rime of the Frostmaiden stream. Thanks for joining us. Exciting stuff. We just finished up DINEVAL, and we're going to be moving on from there. Real quick, before we get started, one of our players, Justin, is actually participating in Extra Life this year. Extra Life is an organization that encourages gamers and the gaming community to donate money to children's hospitals across the U.S. And they do that through facilitating and encouraging gaming marathons. And Justin has made this session part of his Extra Life campaign this year. So I'm going to throw a link in our Twitch chat, and it will also be in the video description and in the description if you're watching this on YouTube later. I highly encourage you to at least go and check out his campaign. And if you feel so willing, donate, because those donations, like I said, they go to help out children's hospitals across the U.S. So they're definitely worth it.
Yep,
So yeah, thank you, Justin, for making us a part of that, for looping us into that. That's awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
Like I said last time, we did the Cair-Dineval session. The entire session took place in the town of Cair-Dineval, and that meant the group. What was that snicker for? Who just snorted?
The entire session took place in one building of Cair-Dineval.
There were 2 buildings. Well,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
So you guys, our players, they dealt with the remaining Dwagar, brought them to the fortress in Cair-Dineval, the Caer, handed them over to the acting speaker of Cair-Dineval, which was a tiefling named Kadrith. And then they had some interactions with Kadrith and with some of his assistants and the other people in the Caer. They met. They sneaked around the Caer because they knew something was up, and they met with a soothsayer, an oracle of sorts named Hethel, a very old dwarf, who gave them some pertinent information before promptly passing away due to old age. And then following that, they went...
When you say it that way, it almost sounds goofy.
Right? Oh, yeah. And then following that, they went to... they proclaimed their loyalty to Levistus and met with Kadrith again, where they confronted him and his group's demon-worshipping ways, and then promptly made quick work of Kadrith through a combat encounter that lasted, I think, less than a round. Maybe it was 1 round.
He did not get to
It was just over a round.
Yeah, he didn't get to, because you guys got the surprise on him and he didn't get his action. So he was out pretty quickly. And then everyone else in the Caer, with Kadrith out of the way, they were happy to just let you go and for them to like basically wash their hands of the whole ordeal and basically regroup and recuperate elsewhere, away from Cair-Dineval, which had brought them nothing but problems and turmoil as of late. And with them was an albino tiefling spellcaster of some sort, who kind of like saw them out. And you guys found the speaker, the original speaker, Kranich, rescued him from his house arrest, and have been staying here at the Caer since then. So we are starting in Cair-Dineval. I'm just going to move us to the regional map. I'm actually going to move us this time.
We never got that tiefling's name, did we?
Avarice.
Avarice, yep.
I mean, she didn't have a name tag, so I'm not really sure how.
I wonder what her sin is.
It's gluttony.
Yeah, it's pride.
So you guys are at Cair-Dineval. Like I said, if there's anything you want to do in town, if you haven't had your fill of Cair-Dineval yet, you may do so. Otherwise, everything that you have currently, I think, is pointing you north towards Kelvin's Cairn. I guess I'm not sure if you have a quest. Oh, you have the Twinga quest to turn in at Bryn Shander. But other than that, everything else is pointing you towards Kelvin's Cairn. So what are you guys doing?
I'm done with this town. I want out.
To the road, I guess.
Agreed. I'm done with this place.
All right. So the trip to Caer-Konig. Okay, so here's the thing. Are you going to Caer-Konig and then to Kelvin's Cairn, or are you going straight to the mountain from DINEVAL?
Do we need anything in Caer-Konig?
I thought
The
the
only
path
thing-
to the Konig was blocked by snow.
The trail to Caer-Konig is blocked by, I mean, you guys have snowshoes. So regular travel has been almost impossible. And the amount of like supplies and trade that have gone back and forth has decreased significantly because of that snow blockage. But you guys with your snowshoes and the one sled that's being pulled by Bjarnken, you would be able to traverse that without much, as far as you know, without much difficulty.
Well, before the stream started, you mentioned that Caer-Konig is an extremely important and iconic place with lots of really important things to do.
That sounds like something I said.
I'm joking. You said the complete opposite.
I know.
I'm okay with just ignoring it and going straight to the Cairn if you guys are.
Yeah, I
The Cairn?
I'd like to go straight there. We've wasted enough time.
Doesn't seem
Get
like
the
it even
delivery
saved us that much time to go. I mean, going along the road at this point is like as lengthy as just going directly, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of
The
this now.
only
Oh,
difference is that you know that Artis Simber, the recipient of your last delivery, went to Konig before he went to the Cairn. That's really the only thing that's
So there is a
that's pointing.
slim chance that he's still there,
This is true.
When
technically.
we get to the thing and he's not there, this would tell us what we could skip, because presumably he's going to have some other destination to really drag it out.
What a jerk.
I mean,
Could
it
be a
would make the
chance to
most
make
sense.
some money if, travel between towns has stopped and we are, already intending to head north. We don't really know anyone here.
We just shout, anyone have any mail they need delivered to Caer-Konig?
Basically,
Yeah, we
Supplies or
could.
whatnot.
Whatever.
I mean, we have an inn
We're
with
the most
the
expensive mailman in existence.
Is there a suspect ballot
This
box
is
on
very
the ground
true.
that we can move?
Yeah.
yeah, they don't have Yelp though, so they're not
30 gold is like a lot in
Yeah.
Forgotten Realms, and we're like 30 gold for package.
Mhm.
Jeez.
at both sides. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. 30. We
Yeah,
got 'em
60
coming and
total.
going. But yeah, no, I'm on board for that.
hmm
Out of character. In character, Rúna doesn't care.
We know the speaker, right? So we could tell him that we're traveling.
Yep.
Oh, sure. So you want to bring it to Speaker Kranek's attention that you're planning to head up to Caer-Konig?
Sure.
Seems worthwhile.
Maybe he wants to let the other speakers know he's not sick.
He would definitely be interested in you spreading that word around that he is back in service.
There you go.
Write it in a letter so we can charge you 30 gold. Yeah, no,
I assume that 30 gold is like the package delivery fee, because we've been not like letters. We've been delivering packages.
No,
this whole time.
we've got a
You have
standard
one letter.
I'm not dead
Yeah.
template
Oh,
there
okay,
that we
wow.
can do.
Woo! All right.
That's like,
I'm not dead template letter.
Precedent has been set.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just says I am, and then it's got 2 check boxes: dead, not dead, like an RSVP.
So Speaker Kranek would be like, yeah, if you want to let the speakers of the other 10 towns know that I'm back in power here in Cair-DINEVAL, and also let them know to keep an eye out for the people who followed Kadrith and that group who carry the Black Swords emblems. He's like, that would be much appreciated. He said, also, if Caer-Konig wants to lend any supplies or aid to Cair-DINEVAL, he's like, my care is sorely low on help and guards after that attack from the Black Swords. He's like, I'd be open
maybe
to.
you should stop sacrificing food.
That is a different matter entirely.
You just said you're short on
Fred.
supplies. Why would you sacrifice food if you're short on supplies?
Well, no, the Caer is short on supplies. When the Black Swords were here, they made no small effort to conserve what we had, and now our stores are reduced considerably. So, if there's any trade that you can bring back from Caer-Konig, I would be happy to accept it.
Right, but I'm not going to tell people to come trade with you if you're just going to sacrifice it.
Well, we don't. And he looks from Leif to anyone else who looks like they might be more receptive to the words he's saying. And he's like, he just goes, just spread the word that Cair-DINEVAL is back to normal. Thanks entirely to you and your group's efforts. So
I just stand there looking at him.
Yeah, Rúna's just watching like a long-legged spider move up the side of the wall.
If Bear had a watch, he'd be watching his watch right now. I think I'm going to invent one just so I can stand there impatiently watching it.
well, you know that Rixana has one.
Yep. I choose not to rescue it because both Rix and myself think it's hilarious to watch those poor animals.
So he stands there for a moment and he's like, okay, well then, I mean, best, I mean, the Cair's open to you if you want, but I have many duties to attend to after having been under house arrest for so long. Right.
Okay, bye.
Farewell.
Bye.
Turns around and wanders back into the Cair.
We didn't get paid for this message, did we?
No.
He didn't actually give us a message
Where-
to send. He just said, yeah, if you want to just let people know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He didn't give us like an actual
Out of
letter.
the
I
out
like,
of the
I like
goodness
ripped
of our
the
hearts.
page off my notepad that I was taking notes of the message on and just threw away.
Okay.
Campground for Dumbo.
Shall we go?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So the trip to Caer-Konig is a relatively short one. It's going to take you guys, well, relatively short. It's going to take you about 8 hours to get there. And the trip passes largely without incident. The whole time you can see, again, the sky is dark. You can see Kelvin's Cairn in the distance because it is a clear night. And not really in the distance. It's looming pretty large, I think, at this point. In your travels, though, the one thing that that would really stand out to you is so you saw an Aurora Borealis, or an Aurora rather, on your previous trip to Caer-Konig from Bryn Shander, and this night you see it again, but this time you actually see what looks to be an incredibly large creature, flying creature of some sort, up in the sky that seems to be almost like it's pulling the Aurora, or like the Aurora is like drifting away from it, almost like wake behind a boat in water. And it is flying from west to east across the sky. And then by the time it disappears over the eastern horizon, then there's these bright green lines of the Aurora just kind of shifting along through the sky.
Does it spell out a message? Like,
it does not.
Like
Eat at Joe's.
it just spells out like, yeah,
discount wings at Caer-Konig. No.
marry me, Jessica. And you're like, who's that? Like,
and if you take a moment to examine the creature that's flying by, you would recognize it to be a large bird. You probably expect it to be some sort of like cold weather rock, because it has great white and gray feathers, and it is enormous. So, but otherwise, you guys make it to
So-
Caer-Konig. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, when did we start importing Pokemon into D&D? Because it sounds like Articuno.
Oh, I mean, maybe you'll find out eventually. Who knows? Okay, so you guys make it to Caer-Konig, not Caer-Konig. Caer-Konig is if Caer-Konig was a small town, Caer-Konig is a little more than like a rest stop. It has a population of about 150. And much like Caer-Konig, its boats on the harbor are all frozen in Dineshire, just like how Caer-Konig was. I'm going to throw your characters on this map. I'm not going to throw the pets on here because I'm just going to assume that the pets are with you guys unless otherwise stated.
oh yeah, I didn't mention it before, but assume every morning that I'm casting Animal Friendship on Bear Friend.
Oh, sure.
I
Oh,
forget.
yeah, and I can take another
lasts-
animal handling check.
It lasts 24 hours and it doesn't take concentration, so.
And actually, you guys would be coming in on the north side of this town because that's where the Eastway connects. Just pop you up there.
Do you want to roll it, Justin?
Yeah, sure. No,
And you can make it with advantage because of the animal friendship.
Yeah, I'm useful.
except for that. I do have the guidance though, so that's another D4.
Oh. Sure.
Yeah, that's right.
13.
Wow, that D4
Alright.
is doing work.
What is the total up to now, Dave?
73?
Oh, nice. So you're getting there.
I think it was 60
For
last game.
those who might have missed the last session or two, they're rolling animal handling. They're doing cumulative tests to get to 100, and when they reach 100, then their polar bear companion that they have picked up will be fully trained under Leif's and also Cayleigh's animal handling. So Caer-Konig is much like Caer-Konig. It's a small town that is arranged in a semicircle around a little inlet of Dineshire. And the first thing that you notice coming into the town on the east way is the ruins of a fortress, a much smaller fortress, but one similar to the Caer from Caer-Dineval. There's the burnt and destroyed ruins of one, and I should specify, they're totally covered in snow and frost. It gives you the impression that they have been ruined for a very long time. And also, much like Caer-Dineval, this town appears to be pretty empty. You guys are getting here. Let's assume you left in the morning from Caer-Dineval. You reach Caer-Konig after about 8 hours. So you're looking at probably around 6 p.m. Streets are empty. You can, much like Dineval, you can tell that houses are occupied and there are people here, but nobody's out walking the streets. Nobody's out moving around. It looks quiet and pretty calm tonight. So what are you guys doing?
Are there any abandoned bars? No,
Last
but I
time
do
we went into an abandoned bar, we got attacked by Dwergar. Okay, can we not for once? Can we just for once not?
But it's so fun. But I do want to find a tavern of some kind, so we can see if anyone's seen this dude we're looking for if he passed through.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
You don't see anything nearby, like when you guys come into town. And then as you start moving through, it starts to snow. Not heavily, but it starts to snow throughout here. And you can also tell that the roads, there are sections of the roads where it definitely looks like snow is piled up really high, implying that there has been little effort to clear snow and make travel other than walking with snowshoes to be, feasible at all. But as you're going, all of a sudden, one of the snow piles erupts, and a dragonborn clambers out of the snow, and he's got a sword in one hand, and he's swinging it around, and he's like, "Oh, who's there? If it's you thieves again, you can get out of here!"
Oh my god, it's the dwarf from the D&D movie.
Cayleigh will
jeez.
try to calm him down. She just sort of steps in front and says, "We're not here to harm, just travelers."
And he stops and he's swaying a little bit, and his sword is kind of like he's holding it up, but the end of it's like tipping down, like he's having trouble keeping his balance. And now that he's up and standing, you can see that he has white scales. He is a white dragonborn, and he like narrows his eyes at all of you, and then he reaches down towards his belt, and then he kind of pats around a little bit. He's like, "Ah, damn it, don't have one." Who are you? What's your business in Caer-Konig?
We are deliverers. We're actually headed to Kelvin's Cairn, and this was on the way.
Are you the speaker?
I am. And I'm going to show you a piece of art here.
Rúna was
Jesus.
joking.
Fucking speaker.
So what's great is
Fuck
Rúna
this town already.
wasn't like intentionally joking or trying to be witty. She,
Right.
in her mind, was like, "Oh, yeah, he's welcoming us to the town. He must be the speaker," even though it makes no sense for him to be the speaker. And then when
Right.
he is, it totally justifies it for Rúna, and she's like, "Oh, great! I'm so smart. I'm so good at this."
He's like, "I am. I'm Speaker Trovus. I'm speaker for Caer-Konig." And he's like, "I apologize for my demeanor." And he sheathes his sword. He's like, "We've been having issues with thieves of late, and I've been doing what I can to patrol the streets at night and ensure that they don't show up again."
Does he have the bottle that's in the picture?
He doesn't. He went to reach for it and realized he doesn't have it on him. So,
How does he smell?
how does he smell? He
With his
smells like
nose,
he's been
probably.
drinking
Yeah, okay.
with his nose. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Thieves? What sort of thieves?
I wish I had more information to go on. He's like, "All I know is things have been disappearing around town. Objects, a magical lantern from our tavern went the other night." He's like, "And nobody has caught any sight of the thieves." He's like, "All I got are footprints occasionally, and those get blown over with snow pretty quickly." He's like, "I can't leave the town." And he kind of like adjusts his armor a little bit. He's like, "I used to be someone who would go out on adventures all the time, but now I have a town to look after. I can't rightly just up and leave."
No, he took a bottle of
And he took
booze
an arrow to the knee. Oh my god.
There's a lot of retired adventurers in Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
He's like, no, we don't have any. Nobody's gotten. So I don't have much to go on. He's like, all I know is that they show up every couple nights, and so I take it upon myself to patrol the streets and keep the town safe. Hasn't worked yet.
Well, I guess
Do
if
they-
you're outside, it keeps everyone in the tavern from the fumes, I guess.
Do the thieves burrow under the snow? Is that why you were patrolling under the snow?
Patrol? No, I wasn't patrolling, and I just happened to sit down for a quick nap, and then the snow kind of got onto me, and next thing I know, that nap turned into a bit of a longer. Well, when you partake as much as I do in the pleasures of our tavern and the drinks that are abundant there, then, well, I mean, naps are not uncommon.
You really trying to turn this into an advertisement for his tavern?
But if you're all looking for a warm place to stay for the night, I can show you to the hook, line, and sinker. I'm sure they have room for you.
Before we do, you said you found footprints, like this small footprints?
Well,
Tell
not
me when to stop.
Not this. No, well, you know, about average size. I mean, smaller than mine. Probably about maybe a little bigger than yours. He looks down at your boots, but he's like, booted footprints. There's never more than 1 or 2 sets, and they always head to the north.
Okay, tavern it is.
Great. And as he's walking, he's like, you guys will love the hook, line, and sinker. He's like, the best part about it is that they offer free pints to everyone as soon as you come in the door. He's like, that's the hook, right? That's what gets you. And trust me, it's good. It's good stuff. I mean, it's not
What's
probably
the,
not as
what's
good
the
as
sinker?
I was about to ask. What
he turns
I think we
and
met
looks
the
back at
sinker.
the yeah. All right, so he brings you there, and as he's going through the town, he's like motioning and talking about all the different establishments they have, and he talks about the Frozen Far expeditions and how that's a group of rangers that have made it their business to learn the layout of Kelvin's Cairn and the landscape around Kelvin's Cairn like the back of their hands. And then he brings you to the hook, line, and sinker, and you see that there is a hook above the door. And he motions to that. He's like, "That's where the lantern once hung." He's like, "Until a couple days ago, when that was the next thing they took." He's like, "Gosh, I wish I could even just find some sort of connection between the things that are going missing." But it's all sorts of things. It's hooks. It's pins. It's fish
Lines,
hooks.
sinkers.
Yeah, and sink. Well, not yet, but. And then he pushes the door in, and sure enough, right next to the door on the inside of the tavern, you guys see a table filled with, you see 12 pints of ale just sitting right on the table. And there's a sign right there that says, first one's free.
I grab one.
What?
When he was talking, Bear pulls out a little notepad and just kind of jots down what went missing and the descriptions he's able to give, and just kind of casually.
And when he kicks the door or pushes the door open, he comes in and he's like, "Allie, we got patrons for you tonight." And this this young woman, human woman, steps out from the back room of the tavern, and she sees you all. And she's like, "Oh," she's like, "Come on in. I didn't expect a group such as yourselves, but come on in. We don't get many visitors these days." And she looks at Trovus and she's like, "Did you fall asleep again? Were you out in the street again overnight?" And he's like, "Wow,
We found him in a pile of snow.
yes." And she's like, "Have a seat, Trovus. We'll get you set up. Don't worry." And then she goes,
You don't expect many guests, but you've got 12
Yep.
mugs of ale just lined up on the bar.
She's like, it's custom, it's normal. She's like, nobody else is drinking right now anyway. So if anybody happens to wander in, we make sure that they're set up.
For sure, ale.
I've already started drinking mine.
Can we get a health inspector in here?
What was that,
I'm
MJ? I missed that.
Can we get a health inspector in here?
Oh. Go ahead, Ian.
Who knows how long they've been sitting out?
Right.
I'm gonna ask the bartender. We're actually seeing if someone passed through this way by the name of Artis.
Artis. Oh yeah, no, the bartender. Yeah. So she comes back out, and she comes back out with a pint that is actually, it has Trovus's name like engraved on it, and it's full, and she hands it to him. And he sits down in the corner and starts partaking. And she's like, Artis, yes. She's like, an Artis Simber was here just probably a little less than a week ago. And he said that he was looking for some sort of cavern or some sort of some site on Kelvin's Cairn. I directed him to the Frozen Far expedition because they know the Cairn better than anyone around here. She's like, I haven't seen or heard from him since.
Okay. That's helpful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. She's like, are you folks planning to go up the Cairn?
Well, it sounds like it. That's our guy. So if he went there, we need to go there.
Well, best of luck. It's been a few days. Usually we hear back from expeditions now. Well, at least the successful ones. She's like, so I hope that you find who you're looking for.
Have you heard anything else unusual in the area?
Other than the stuff going missing, it's been awfully quiet. We've had very little travel from the other towns. There's been very little news of anything else. She's like, last I heard was the East Haven ferry froze over. And unfortunately, that's how Caer-Konig got most of our trade and travel from the other towns, that and the road, obviously. She's like, and with both of those frozen over from this winter, she's like, we've been largely left to ourselves. She goes, did you guys come from East Haven, from DINEVAL? Did you guys come from that way?
Yes.
She goes, what, is there any news at all? Are there any plans to or any hope for the East Haven ferry? Is there any hope that any of this might be changing anytime soon?
We didn't get through East Haven, but we did go through DINEVAL. There was a problem with the keep there, but we resolved that. The speaker is back in his usual capacity.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. She's like, that's good to hear. And then Trovus from the corner, he's like, well, if you're in the habit of fixing problems, I wouldn't mind a little help with this thief issue. I'll pay you. I have gold.
Well,
Will
sure.
we get enough experience to level up for it?
How much will this get me?
You had my attention. Now you have my interest.
He's like,
Now you have my quest log.
He's like, if you come back with any information about where these thieves might be coming from, I'll give you 10 gold each. But if you come back with proof that you have stopped them, I'll give you 25 gold each.
Okay.
Sure.
He lifts up his pint. He's like, ha ha! Grand!
Do you have any mail to deliver that pays better?
Well, that's 25 each, not just 30.
Oh, 25 each.
Yeah,
Okay, no, that
sure.
is good. That's quite good.
Do you have 6 left
Yeah.
you need delivered?
Yay, more.
One to
Cayleigh
each of the
disc.
other 10 towns. We'll spread word for you.
Any news from the glacier?
From the glacier? No, not in some time. He's like, when it comes to folk from outside of Konig, we don't see much. You guys are the first I've seen in a couple weeks.
The stuff that's been going missing, did they ever say like what building it was from, or is it just all over?
It's kind of been all over the place. From
Okay.
when he's been, from what he's told you on the way to the hook, line, and sinker, he makes it sound like it's a little bit here, a little bit there. You know,
Is it stuff that's easily grabbed, or is it?
Somewhat, yeah. The one that strikes you as kind of the weirdest is the lantern from above the door of the tavern. It seems weird for that to go missing and nobody to notice who took it, because it's in front of the tavern. The tavern is open most of the time, and it's above the door, so it would require climbing and all that to get at it. You know.
So I'm gonna switch to I'm gonna switch forms
Mhm.
and start sniffing around.
Okay.
Let me. What form would be best
Yeah.
for this?
We're totally not getting to Kelvin's Cairn.
It's gonna be the last session of the campaign, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Depends on your
Put a bunch of that
priorities,
back.
We'll
guys.
get there eventually.
We're
I'm
going
gonna
to
do
defeat
lurker
the
form.
end boss and then be like, we have one more thing to do. Deliver the
the mail.
package.
Deliver the mail.
What if
All
the
right, yeah.
package is the final boss?
Bum, bum,
Well,
bum.
that's a 13 and a 13, so I think I got a 13. So I'm
Um,
right now. I'm just kind of sniffing around. So I immediately shift into Lynx form,
Mhm.
and I start sniffing around, trying to get a sense of like the varying many scents in this
Mhm.
area, and like
Mhm.
what belongs to who, and see if there are any that are like missing. You know what I mean?
Everything that you smell makes sense with what you've seen. However, there is, and you get some smells of like you can pick up the scents of other people who have come and gone from the hook, line, and sinker recently. But you also get a scent that is oddly familiar. But you can't place exactly what it's from, like what it's harkening back to in your memory. So
Okay.
Can
So
I ask
I-
what was magical about this lantern exactly? What kind of magic lantern was this?
And Allie's like, well, she's like, it wasn't much. It just changed colors. We'd light it, and then every couple minutes it would just shift to a new color. She's like, there really wasn't much to it. I'm surprised they took it, to be honest.
I am going to cast Detect Magic, and I'm going to start wandering around looking to see if I see any lingering magic, or better yet, if I see the, obvious glow of something magical through a wall or whatever.
Sure.
Does
I'm just
anybody
going to
have
wander
locate
around the area.
Have
I
what?
wish.
Have what?
locate object?
Oh,
You have to be familiar with it, I believe.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm,
Some of the buildings have been burned out, Nick.
Just the ruins of the Caer looks like it was.
Is it the care itself?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I guess I would ask what happened with that, or how long ago that was.
Allie's like, oh, the Caer? She's like, that's from long before my time. She's like, and I think that's even before Trovus's time here. She goes, the Caer was probably a good 2 centuries ago when that was destroyed. She's like, as far as I know, it was orcs of the many arrows, I think, that caused a problem. She's like, but I'm not great on history. I don't know exactly what happened.
That's right. No one makes their way out there anymore, I suppose. Right?
She's like, yeah, there's not much reason to.
After some time, I will try to follow that familiar scent.
Okay, I'll take
if it happens to leave, like at all.
Sure. That will be a survival check then.
Okay.
And you can make that with advantage too, since that is your scent, your smell.
Okay.
Okay. So you follow it a little ways out of the hook, line, and sinker, and it kind of weaves its way through some of the other houses and stuff nearby before it goes north out of town. And it heads kind of northwest-ish. And as you are going, you are able to determine what that familiarity was. You believe that the person who you are tracking is a Dwagar.
Knew it.
Oh shit.
mm.
I will start sneaking back, and I'll make my way back into the tavern somehow. Maybe maybe I can just claw the door open or something like my cat
Sure.
when she's trying to get into my room, and either that or I'll just wait for someone else to open the door and I'll just flit into the, in between the door frame, and then I'll hop up onto the table in front of Rixana and just loudly meow.
Bear, while you are out searching with detect magic, you are not picking up anything magical as you walk up and down the streets of Caer-Konig. Yeah, it's not pinging anything for you.
I figured, but it was worth a shot. Try
Sure.
to go for the easy pickings.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's
And as
What'd
you
say,
two,
Casey,
like
whenever you
eating.
talk, like it takes a second or two for your mic to pick your voice up.
Does it? All right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
look into that.
No worries.
Was it like evening?
yeah, it's like 7 p.m. at this point.
Would the expedition office still be open? Or is it
yeah,
too
that's
late?
what I was thinking.
Allie's like, well, as far as I know, Jarthra lives there. She's a dwarf who runs it, and she lives above it. So I'm sure she's probably still awake. And if you need her services, she'd probably talk to you.
She just might have some insight. I guess we are staying here, so we can drop our stuff off.
Sure.
All right.
Allie's like, do you need me to prepare rooms for you?
Sure.
And then she'll busy herself with that.
I'm still doing whatever a lynx can do to harass somebody into paying
Have
attention.
you heard the audio of a lynx? They're extremely loud.
There you go. I'm just like bapping Rix on the head.
I'm gonna grab a mug and walk up to the expedition office.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
head with you.
Okay.
Is this in the tavern, the expedition office?
Just ignoring me.
Nope, it's on the northern side of town, short distance away, but it is a separate building. Yeah. Okay. So the expedition office is a 2-story building, and then it has a shed next to it as well. Which, as you approach, you get the smell of like dogs. So you believe the shed is actually a kennel, and you can see multiple dog sleds that are leaning up against the outside of that kennel as well. There's a light on the second floor, and when you knock on the door, someone comes down. Door opens up, and it is in fact a dwarf. She's holding a candle, and she's like, "What?" She's like, "I'm sorry. What can I assist you with?"
I think we're both like, who's gonna talk first? Yeah, we were looking for Arturus, and we were told that he came through this area. Or
She narrows her eyes at Cayleigh. She's like, "Artis. Oh yes." She's like, "Artis Simber. Yes, he did. Yep. I offered him our services, but he wasn't interested. He wanted information. He didn't want a guide. So I gave him what we knew and sent him on his way. That was almost a week ago at this point."
what sort of information was he looking for?
He was wondering about the easiest way to ascend Kelvin's Cairn, the best path leading up to there, and then also I think he was looking if there were any. He asked about reghead sites on the mountain, and so I had to point some of those out on his map as well.
Reggae sites? What?
Reghead, which would be the nomadic
Reghead.
tribes.
Okay. Interesting.
She's like, but he just wanted me to point him out and mark his map. She's like, normally people don't come looking for information like that unless they actually want us to lead them up the mountain. But he said he was content on his own.
Would you mind marking them on our map as well?
Sure. And then she'll take it and she'll draw a line from the south side of the mountain leading up, and then she'll put a couple X's along the way there. Marking where she knows that there's like reghead, not activity necessarily, but like signs of reghead, like symbols and stuff like that carved into stone posts and everything. So she'll mark that on your map.
Perfect.
And she's like, "Are you two planning a trip up the mountain?"
Sorry, go ahead.
Just at some point. I decline to elaborate.
She's like, "Okay." She's like, "Well, she's like, it's a bit late now, but if you need services of any kind, if you want to rent or buy a dog sled," she's like, we're open to assisting you. She's like anything to make your trip to and from Kelvin's Cairn that much easier. She's like, we'll help you out.
Yeah. How much is it again? Sled and dogs for a person, or how many people?
Purchasing the sleds are 20 gold and the dogs are 50 gold. And a team of 5 dogs can pull 1 person and cargo or 2 people. But they'll rent for like a third of that cost. So
yeah, that's pretty pricey. Okay.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially since it only really like cuts the time in half, I think.
Also, this is to deliver an object for 30 gold.
Right, yeah. Not worth it.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. What's the historical significance of the old Cairn? How come no one rebuilt it after it burned down?
She's like, She's like, I honestly don't know. She goes, that's long before my time and long before I think most people
Why do
who
people
are
keep
around.
saying that? Aren't you supposed to have express some sort of interest in your surroundings?
Was
To
it
the
built on a
expeditionary
forward
office of
protocol?
this town?
Oh, we make our business by charting and learning the landscape. She's like, the Caer is, as far as I'm concerned, that's an artifact of a time previous when 10 towns had issues with orcs that were far more common than they are today. She's like, now if that's all that you need, I'm gonna go back to bed, and you guys can have a good rest of your
Understand.
Stare at her over my mug.
night.
Thank you
just,
for your help.
You're welcome. She closes the door.
Just drop it in the snow. Are we done? All right. Do I see any sign of the people that were walking up and down the street? Like, I know that they're on the map, but
of like
well, of our
Rúna
party.
and Bear. Oh, I would say that you'd probably see like Rúna probably like is able to cover the distance pretty quickly, but you'd probably see Bear doing his
Yeah, they're in the tavern though.
Oh, I see. Oh, do you see
we're
do you see their tracks and stuff?
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll go look for the other people that left the tavern.
Sure.
I guess I'm still trying to get someone's attention.
I am just basically shadow boxing with Link's Rúna in the middle of the tavern, probably causing a little bit of a ruckus, I imagine.
Some feathers at the end of a string.
I will jump down and try to get Rúna to follow, or try to get Rixana to follow.
Okay.
Or whoever else is paying attention.
I will follow.
I just realized, obviously no one else in the party has this capability, but if someone else had speak with animals, they could speak with me while I'm in wild form.
Yeah.
Right?
I have speak
Yeah.
with animals.
I think I would say
You
I think
speak
Leif
with
has
animals? Talk to me.
No, it's a waste of a spell slot.
Snake. Oh wait, no, I don't need to
Lies.
do it then. I
Actually-
can just make you friendly to me.
But I could be like your cube.
I don't get that reference.
Okay.
I
never
don't
mind.
know.
Anyway,
Okay, so Rúna, where are you leading Rixana to?
I'm following the scent that I found earlier. I'm splitting the party because I'm the worst.
Okay. All right. So Rúna would lead you north out of Caer-Konig, and from there, the landscape slopes up a small hill, and then there's like a small copse of trees at the top of that hill. And you could follow the scent continuously out of town if you so chose.
Yeah, so I'll just keep going, and if at a certain point Rix is like, "What are we doing?" Like, sis, what is this? Like, Rúna will continue to like insist, emphatically
be
with
another-
body language.
This is going to be another tavern basement where the two of you go.
Over and over again. It's gonna
You
be
guys-
dwarf this time.
that wasn't
You
Rúna
find a
last
keep
summer door
multiplying.
at the top of the hill.
Yeah,
I think
Feel
at
free to-
some
feel
at some
free to
point
not follow me.
yeah, I think at some point I tried to stop Rúna so that I could like tell the party what's happening.
Okay. I think maybe I would shift back at a certain point, being frustrated at my inability to speak. So I'll just Rúna's just like meowing emphatically, or just like caterwauling, and then shifts back into her Eladrin form and says, "I smelled them.
Who's them?
What are they called? The short, the ones that attacked you.
The invisible fuckers? Yeah.
I don't think
okay.
that's their real names."
I'm just gonna look at this up in the monster manual. Hold on.
That is their official name.
So right before
Yeah.
Invisible Stalkers, the
They're
Invisible
a
Fucker.
medium humanoid invisible fucker.
Right between invisible stalkers and invisible fucks.
Yeah, it's gonna be the monster manual according to Rix. That's true.
Do you think that they're the ones who stole?
Yeah, I had my suspicions already, so I do think that. Let's get the rest of our people so we can hunt them down.
I'll stay
So-
here and keep watch.
Okay, be careful. I'll go meet back up with the
Oh
party
my god, talk
and
about
tell
famous
them.
last word. She was never heard from again.
And here
All
comes
right.
the new character.
so
My new
Rick
character is Rick's brother. Various
Rick's-
degrees of siblings.
meets back up with the rest of the group and informs them of Rúna's discovery.
Can
Yep.
I,
Yep.
while
Yep.
everyone's gone, I want to try and find out if there's anything of note that has been. They're saying like lots of stuff has been going missing apart from the lantern. There's nothing that seems of any consequence. Has anything of any consequence gone missing?
No, everything that you can tell, it sounds like. Hang on. Just a sec. It sounds like what has been taken. It's odds and ends stuff here and there, which is what is weird about it. Blankets, rations, rope,
This is not
climbing
odds
and
ends
traveling
stuff.
equipment.
What, this is like someone's going on a trip. Why is?
There's been some loss of valuables. Trovus tells you that one of the women in town reports having lost pearls. Another person says that they lost decorative beads. Some weapons have been taken from some of the militiamen, like daggers and stuff. Fishing tackle, all that sorts of stuff. You shake your head in disappointment.
Assorted trash.
I'm just wondering if someone's going to like breeze back into town and try and sell them a bunch of explorers packs.
We got this great magical lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow, we had one just like it.
Yeah, and it is now 8:00, and I just got a text from my wife, so we are going to take our break there, and we will reconvene in and around 15 minutes. And welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us through that break. We are back. I forgot where we was. Where we were talking about what was stolen right before we left. That was what we were doing. Was like assessing the
Yes.
gear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is your guys' plan from here?
So I think
Well,
I've regrouped with Bear and Leif. I'll ask if they found anything.
No,
Did you
it's like
find
the most
anything?
boring thefts in existence. I don't know why anybody would just not just replace this crap instead of investigating where it's gone.
Yeah, is it
And-
even worth the money that they're giving us? Not even.
Yeah, 150 gold can buy how many?
yeah, no, it's not.
I think what
And-
you're getting from it is more the fact that it keeps happening and it's a little bit every night,
Mm,
and no one has any idea what's going on. That's more where
Mhm.
this urgency is coming from. You know what I mean?
they're paying us a premium.
Didn't they say
Yeah,
fish
but,
hooks had been
like-
stolen?
Yeah, fishing tackle.
Fishing tackle. Yeah.
Deputy
Mhm.
drunkard
Fishing
is
tackle.
not going to solve this problem.
It's all.
Yeah,
It's
Leif, like, what do you know
basically
about
survival equipment.
ice fishing?
It involves a drill.
Well, the
Nice.
lake is frozen solid, right? Or
Yeah.
frozen the surface. Tell me
Yeah.
what.
It's
Just
Huh.
the
they,
surface
like you have to
is
you either
frozen.
have to carve a hole in the ice or you have to go out you have to drag a boat out quite a ways to get onto open water. So
It's doable though,
Hmm.
right? It's not frozen
is doable.
solid.
Well, yeah.
no, it's not frozen solid.
Obviously,
yeah,
it's
you can
doable,
ice
otherwise
fish.
everyone in this town just starves to death.
Yeah, exactly.
Meh, I'd
There's
be
no
fine with it.
traces of the magic lantern anywhere in town that I could find.
Nope.
I'm telling them that, Nick.
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah.
you'd only
Yes.
know if it was within 30 feet, but sure.
That's why I said anywhere I could
yeah.
find.
Should we regroup with? Okay, I think we.
Yeah, so I
We're
guess
waiting
at this
for
point,
Rixana
I'd
to
probably,
make her entrance.
Oh, you come back. Yeah.
I'd probably have come back and told them
Mhm.
what Rúna found.
sure.
So Dwargar have carted it off
No?
into the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
It would make sense.
Now we have a magic lantern of our own. If they just stole any
but
old
ours
piece of
does
crap,
something.
then it kind of seems like they don't really know what they're looking for, and are just looking to get
Hmm.
by while they wait out part of their mission, which is probably
Agreed.
similar to the other one. So
Maybe
Mhm.
they
If-
lost their equipment and they're trying to just survive in the meantime.
So if we flash, our lantern, I feel like we could maybe get them to, lure him out.
They're dwarves, not magpies.
Well, Yeah, if they already have a lantern, they're not going to look for another one if they're just trying to get by.
Well, this one's
But
better.
the lantern, the one they stole, doesn't do anything. And if we convince them that ours is special, and also doesn't doesn't do anything, then
This lantern does not do anything.
Yours does nothing. This one does something.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, stealing a
What the
lantern that
heck?
just changes colors seems like you don't quite know what you're looking for.
Well,
You just know
this-
you're looking for a magic
like-
lantern.
Our
like,
lantern
the
is also
least
just a
subtle
lantern
character in
that
our
changes
party.
colors.
Just being like,
Yeah,
Boy.
theirs actually does change colors on command. I would imagine.
Has
or
anyone
randomly.
here, since I guess we've regrouped, has anyone here ever told someone something else that they tried to get them to believe that wasn't true?
Frequently.
Anyone
I've
at
heard
all?
of that.
Anyone?
familiar.
Okay. Now we're working with something. All right, yeah.
But when you say flash, you mean like walk along and hold it up aloft through the
If
night?
they look, we know that they can spend an indeterminate amount of time invisible. So there's very possible that they're
I
still
can just
lurking
take
around.
us to them, and then we can murder
Yeah.
them.
You're not there.
I'm
Yeah,
I
kind
know.
of
Aren't
in
you
just
agreement with
sitting
the
out
short
in the
guy
snow?
one.
All right.
yeah, we can just hunt them down, follow my sister, and see what we see.
That worked
Although
out
they
so
may be
well last
invisible
time.
again. Yeah.
You can't make a scent invisible. I mean, that's not quite. Whatever. Just let's go. Yeah, point us to her. Let's get
I
out of
always
here.
wondered that about invisibility, though,
Scents
because
are
it's an
invisible
illusion and it tricks your
By their
senses.
very nature.
No, but like, there's no nose blind, right? When it
Those fla-
No, but it's
So
an
there's
illusion
that
smell,
nose
right?
blind.
So it tricks
literally
your
means
senses.
nose blind.
Well, we can
Okay.
just go slow instead of blundering into the Dwargar circle jerk. So we'll just go a little slow and find our way, and we'll be fine.
all right.
Let's do it.
So are we
Okay,
going to
so
Rúna?
you guys are connecting with Rúna and following the trail.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they
All right.
link up, once I see them again and they link up with me, I'll shift again, except this time into wolf form.
Okay.
Because that has better survival.
Oh,
I
sure.
do re-grab my gear from the tavern before we head out.
Sure.
And I'll spend an extra 2 dice as well.
Okay. All right. So Rúna is. You already got a 16 on tracking the scent, so that's gonna cover you. Oh, nice. That's gonna cover you for a pretty good ways. And you're able to lead the group as you head out over the snowy hills from Caer-Konig out into the night. Rúna, you notice that the trail it goes north for a ways, and then after a couple hours, it veers towards Kelvin's Cairn, like it veers towards the northwest. And then after a short little distance, you get the scent that it stops, and you get a lot of other scents around this area. But these scents you don't recognize as more Dwagar. You recognize these scents as the scent of dogs. And then you smell like six animals here, 6 dogs, 6 canines. And then you continue from there. And what you guys see as you approach the cairn, now it's going on, you're going on probably about, like, I'd say 11 p.m. at this point. You've been out for a number of hours. You can see that you're approaching this small valley on the eastern side of Kelvin's Cairn. And Rúna's trail is leading you right down into, like, the heart of that valley. And it's angled in such a way that you're not able to see very far into it or see exactly what is in that valley, because it kind of goes around some bends and everything. But there's steep slopes on either side, and Rúna's leading you right down the middle.
Maybe we should trail around the higher point just to see what we can see
Scout the
inside the
area.
valley before we go right down into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to move us to the regional map here real quick. Reposition our token on the map. You guys are about there.
Yeah, let's not head straight down into the valley, because what is a valley but a nature's basement?
That's what I always say.
Never thought of it that way. Thank you, Rix.
All right. So you guys can go on the south side or on the it would be like on the western side of this angle or on the northern side. Which way do you want to go? Like on which side of the valley is what I'm saying. Do you want to be on?
Doesn't really matter, right? Just pick one. East.
Well,
Sure.
That was not an option, was it?
Sure.
There was
It's
west
north.
and north.
It's north and east, and it's west. Yep.
I do that. I thought
Because
you
it kind of comes in at an angle. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Mm.
So then,
I guess west to be closer to the Cairn.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the Cairn side of it, perfect. All right. So you guys are heading along the ridge, and the first thing that you notice, if we're following our marching order, and Bear up front, is you two see on the northern side, so opposite of the valley from your position. It's probably about, I'd say, probably about 100 feet. Like this valley is a little over 100 feet wide, and almost all side, you see a small, what looks to be a bunker or a stone guardhouse of some sort, just kind of sitting totally isolated, not connected to the wall at all, just sitting off on its own. And it has a number of narrow windows carved into it, or narrow slits, I should say. There's no glass. And if I can get a perception check from Bear and Leif, because you two are up front.
Okay.
And I suppose Rúna would be up front too, because you're leading them. You can, you can. It's based on sight, so you're not going to get advantage on this one, Rúna. But
Yeah, I don't have. Oh, right, that's lurker form. Okay, yeah. Okay. Boop.
Okay. Bear, you're able to see that there is you're able to tell that there's someone in that guard post or that bunker. It looks like just one individual. You can't tell any details. You just occasionally you'll see like a silhouette pass between the openings. There's no light. There's no, Rúna and Leif can't tell any other like signs of inhabitants, but you can actually see someone moving around in there.
So
and then the real quick, the valley continues for about another 150 feet before it ends in just a sheer rock wall.
I kind of quietly communicate to everybody the silhouette moving, and I'm pointing it out. So hopefully everybody can get a beat on it too.
Sure. All right.
Shall we sneak up?
I mean, I guess.
Sure.
And you guys can see that there is like as you kind of like move around and get a better view on this bunker. You can tell that the windows are only on the south and west sides of it. So the north and east sides there's no windows at all. And not
So
only
it's
that, but
looking out over the valley, basically.
yes, yep.
Yeah.
And you can also tell that there's space between it and the rock wall behind it, which would be north of it. So there's no windows looking out to that rock wall. But it's a tight space, but there is space between those two things. But as of yet, you have not seen any sort of entrance to it. But I'm going to move us to another map here. And I better move these tokens first, so that you guys are positioned properly. Okay, I'll just leave you there, and I'll describe it when I move it. All right, there we go. So right now I have your tokens on in like the southern, like you're in the valley, and the guard tower is straight north of your current position. The ridge that you were on would be straight west of your current position. You guys aren't really here down at the bottom of the valley unless you want to be. But I'm just kind of letting you decide your course of action, actually being able to see a little bit of the layout. In fact, let's see, I'll do Leif and Bear and Rúna, because you three are our scouts. I'm just going to move you up a little ways.
Said it faces south and east, right?
So the windows are on the south
Yeah.
side of this bunker and on the
Mhm.
west side of this bunker.
South and west.
So,
Right.
yep.
So
So
if we
you
head up
guys,
this way and around. Okay.
right?
So if
Yep.
we
You
kind
don't
of-
see any windows on the outside on this side.
So if we just go around this
Yeah,
side.
circle around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Although we didn't see an entrance, did we?
No, but three
Not
of us
currently,
can
you-
teleport into it.
That's
And you
true.
also haven't, yeah, you
There's
also haven't gone
windows.
around the back side of it yet. So
Yeah.
And do I still smell the Dwergar?
not so much up on the ridge.
Okay.
If you were to go down to like where your tokens are positioned now, like if you were to leave the valley down where like the
Right.
path leading in, then you would pick that scent up of the Dwagar and of dogs. But the further you get away from that on either side, the more you lose it. So
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, why don't we
approach with stealth.
head around and
I'll move you
Approach from-
guys. Are you taking Bjarnken with you?
No.
So I will.
That's it.
I'll just remove his token from the map.
Stay.
Mhm.
Okay. So there you guys are. And you guys can go ahead and move yourselves. And if you're moving with the intent, because you're getting closer to the guard tower or to the bunker now. So if you're moving with the intent to be quiet, then I will take a group stealth check. And as long as 3 or more of you succeed, the group succeeds. Reminder to our viewers that you can cash in channel points to award inspiration if you want. You can cash in to name an NPC. So the next time I need an NPC name, I can take one of those. And you can also cash in to trigger a blizzard, which is what's going to happen now. As you guys are approaching the guard tower, the snow starts falling and the wind starts picking up.
did
So
that?
a blizzard
Who did
is
it?
on the way.
You can also cash it in to end a blizzard.
You can flip the blizzard switch is essentially what you do. Okay, and
You can
all
also
right.
make Nick hydrate.
Yes, and check my
Po-
oh
posture
yeah,
check.
gosh, I don't have my water bottle on me. I'm not gonna mark that as
no.
fulfilled. So
Oh, oh, oh.
all right, what do we got? We got 22, 16, 19. Okay. All right, so you guys are feeling confident about your group's ability to traverse quietly as you approach
Mhm.
this guard tower. And you see that again, it pretty much is nestled really closely to the rock wall behind it. This sheer rock face is about 20 feet up to the top of the northern side of the valley. You could try and climb it. It would require checks. But you guys can go ahead and move. I got your stealth checks. You don't see any sign of entrance yet.
Move up here. Just following around. Arf, arf,
You still don't see an entrance?
arf.
Still no entrance. It is a solid rock wall going along the north side, the east and the north side of this bunker. And right there, Rúna, I'm going to stop you.
Okay.
Now that you are closer to this side of the valley, you can see that up here where I'm pinging, it appears, and this is still probably a good 10 feet above where you're located, like,
Mhm.
up the rock wall. But you can see that there are narrow, like arrow slits almost carved into the wall. It's made to be masked, like if you're seeing it from a distance, so that it would look like just part of the wall. But from your position, you can tell that, oh no, there's definitely carvings and there's open recesses there that people could see and potentially shoot out of.
How high is this cliff that we're at the
The
base
cliff is 20 feet.
20 feet.
And those windows that Rúna noticed are about 10 feet up from your current position, so still above your head.
Mhm. How big is Robo-Bear?
I think it's a
Uh,
medium creature.
Yeah, medium.
So, well, like,
So-
could you give us a boost to peek into those windows or
Oh, yeah.
something?
Easily.
Yeah.
Give good 3.5, 4 foot boost.
Well, it's like 10 feet, so I'm assuming that, Rixana and I are between 5 and whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
it's
Yeah, I would say that
Yep.
Robobear would be able to allow someone to peek in.
Mhm.
he can stand
And-
on his hind legs and get us
Yeah,
up
there we go.
higher.
Mhm.
Mhm. They're also high enough that if you were to just pass underneath them and
Mhm.
stay close to the wall, you think that you might be able to avoid detection from anyone inside, if that were the case as well.
Mhm.
And they're up here facing down.
Yes. Yep.
Well, yeah. What's the scent like for me up here? Like, do I smell anything else?
Nope. In this particular area, you're not picking up other scents. It really seems like the main avenue of approach seemed to be at the bottom of the valley.
Okay.
How big are the arrow slits? Can we fit through them? Probably not.
No.
I want to feel
How
along
about
this
the
wall.
tower?
And
You mentioned there was some sort of tower. Were those windows or were they also
It's
arrow
right here.
slits?
this is
Yep, so
the
it's-
building.
Yeah.
Just
No.
south of your position is the bunker. It doesn't
Mhm.
go up as high as the rock wall behind you, so it's
Yeah.
you can tell it's a one-story bunker.
Mhm.
And there are arrow slits, but they're all on the western side and on the southern side of the bunker.
Right. So
Mhm.
once again, there's no easy opening to get into.
Well,
Correct.
that's what I'm looking for. Although, yeah, like a disguised door or something.
hmm
But you just said there isn't.
Oh, nope. Yeah, you do not detect anything. You do not find anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if there's arrow
must be some
slits and stuff in the
underground-
wall.
Yeah.
hmm
This leads me to think this is probably the bigger thing.
Yeah.
So maybe if we just try to stay as close to the wall as we can so they can't see us easily and just sort of
Sure.
keep going around.
Yeah, there
Uh,
must be some like underground like method of getting to this bunker.
Or,
I will
or
also
invisible
say,
bridge or
I-
something.
I neglected to mention it before, but there is a frozen stream that runs down the middle of the valley as well.
Mhm.
And you can see that. Okay, if you guys are sticking close to the rock wall, I'm going to call for a second group stealth check as you make your way north and west.
Come on, guys.
We're really good at this.
All right, and I need.
I'm a 7-foot tall bear with a gun. How do you expect me to roll stealth?
No, you're two bears with a gun.
Yeah.
2 bears with 1 gun.
Yikes.
Oh Jesus.
Oh.
Didn't mean to. All right.
Oops. Let's open that. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and move yourselves. You don't get the sense that you don't hear any sort of reaction coming from anywhere. So you're thinking that you are avoiding detection.
It's good to know that we think that.
I was gonna say, and promptly, Cayleigh becomes a pincushion.
Yeah, I probably should let the people who are in the marching order be in the marching order.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna move up front, so hopefully I take any arrows before anybody else.
So that blue line I put on there is the width of where you see all those arrow slits. And as you're passing underneath them, you don't hear the sounds of any action. And Rúna, now that you're further up, you can see that there is a hole at the base of the cliff here where the frozen stream is coming out of. It will be a tight squeeze for everyone, but that is a possible way to get into this cliffside.
Am I starting to pick up the scent now that I'm getting closer to the river?
I would say no, you're not quite yet. But now that you are approaching over here, you can also see that not only are there arrow slits carved to look like the rock wall, but there is also, you believe that right here,
Mm-hmm.
that section of the rock wall could open outward. You believe that there are doors that are carved to be camouflaged and look like the wall around it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I will make my way to the hole where the stream is coming out of.
Okay.
The doors were where? Sorry, do you mind pinging?
They're over here.
Oh, down there.
Here.
Yep.
Okay.
And you can see that that's where the trail that you guys were on originally, you can tell that that would come up there.
Mhm.
Rúna, the tunnel ahead appears to go in about 10, 15 feet, widens out a little bit, and then it continues around the bend. And you can't really see it from there. But also, you can tell when you peer in that there is a hole in the ceiling of it right about this area. So just about 10 to 15 feet in, there's a hole above, there's a hole in the ceiling.
I'll just turn around and give Bear and Leif a look.
Super useful.
Yeah, it's a look. It's a look that says, "Where to?"
Barrel start trudging into the hole in the wall there.
Sorry, you
Okay.
said that it's completely frozen over, or is it slush, or?
The stream is frozen over. Yep.
Okay.
You get the sense that it's not deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bear, you walk in and you have to duck to get into that hole there. And like I said, you go about
Yeah.
10 feet in, and then above you is a hole that goes up about another 5, 6 feet, and then it looks like it opens up onto a much larger room. You have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can tell that it opens up onto a room. You can at least see the ceiling, and it's a worked room, like it's not a natural cavern. You get the sense that you're at the bottom of a well, but a well that has
Okay.
since not been used because the water is all frozen.
I turn around and quietly try to communicate this to everybody. Just whisper.
Mhm.
And
Forf.
I am going to start trying to climb my way up.
Okay. Are you using any sort of climbing gear at all? Are you using ropes and pittons, or are you just trying to scale it? Which you can try and do it without. I want to be clear before I ask for a check.
I am going to do it without, because hammering pitons into the brick wall of a well, that's going to be kind of loud.
Sure. Okay, then I will take an athletics check, please.
Yep. Haha.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to ascend it pretty easily. I'm gonna move you. I'm actually just gonna grab you and move you here.
Oh baby.
Oh God.
So you peek out. You're peeking above the lip of this well. The well
Mhm.
looks the well is about 3 feet above the floor is the rim of the well. So your head is kind of poking out above that. You see a few different things. First of all, to your southwest, on the direct inside of the doors that Rúna picked out,
Mm-hmm.
is a wooden drawbridge with like supports and everything, so that the bridge could be lifted, and directly in front of the door is a huge pit that has been carved out. So you get the sense that, like, if they were aware of if they needed to like defend this place at all, they would lift that drawbridge so the doors would open and just be a pit.
Yeah.
There's an avenue heading further back over here into other rooms. There's an avenue around the corner here, which you presume leads to the room where you saw the arrow slits.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an avenue heading south out of this room. So this seems to be like, this is the place
The
where
main
everything else
hub.
connects to. Mm-hmm.
Did we
You
just
see,
find some random city?
it's not quite a city.
We got
Bear,
avenues,
you
streets.
A drawbridge.
Bear, you do see 2 Dwagar seated
Oh.
over against the wall over here.
Mhm.
They're both just kind of slumped up against the wall. There's not one of them looks like he's probably sleeping. The other one isn't really doing much. They look largely inattentive. And then along this wall, you see a dog sled and 3 cages. 2 of the cages have 3 dogs in them each, and one of them has 2 goats. And as soon as you like peek up and are looking around, it looks like all the dogs are sleeping, but you see one of them, its ears start to like flick, and then it lifts its head up. Not looking at you yet, but what are you doing?
I am going to set my grappling hook at the top here, and I am going to slide back down. So that way, one, we have an easy way to climb up, and two, I can communicate this with everybody.
You should
Sure.
cast Nose Blind. Full circle. I did it.
All right, so Barry, you rejoin the rest of your party.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, how am I gonna
So-
climb that? I'm a wolf.
There
What are you
goes your other
talking
use
about?
of it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
We
god.
can tie you to. We
Well,
can
just
tie you
for-
to the rope, and I'll just haul you up.
Or we could
Is
use
this
the
dog
door.
being lifted?
Just empty out someone's backpack and carry you like a baby.
There you go. Yeah.
So
Anybody have a
MJ,
bag
are you
forward?
okay wearing a harness? We can, just
Mhm.
If it means I don't have to
Switch
take a long
forms.
rest. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, let's ascend as quickly and quietly as we can.
Oh, most likely when we get up there, a fight's gonna start because their Dwagar not terribly far away.
Cool.
right, so-
Is there any way for me to get up without without
would-
like
You would need assistance. I don't think a wolf could, because it's like 5
I
feet up to the bottom of the well, and then it's another 5 feet up. Yeah,
so
I
I'm
mean,
just scurrying,
could-
you know.
I could
It's like-
work on the door if we want to try
Cool.
that, or maybe distract them while some of us climb up. Because
Hmm.
I mean, they're all leads to the same room.
Actually, yeah, if it leads to the same room,
Mm.
as long as we can just open that door, we don't need to worry about going in one at a time through a well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if people
And-
want to go to the well in advance, I could go try the door in the meantime. Because I don't love the well idea.
And I'll
Fine.
go with Nahesa, and at the very least we could just make a lot of noise and
Mhm.
distract them from the people going up the well.
And I'm really horrible at climbing, so I will go with you.
Okay.
Okay, so whoever's going to the door, you can go ahead and position yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you say it opens outward, but like,
Yes.
is there a mechanism on the exterior? Probably not if this is a fort or whatever.
Not that you
but-
can tell, no.
And how high
And if-
is it to the top of the well again?
10 feet?
From the frozen stream to the ceiling of that little cavern is about 5 feet, and then the well itself is another 5 feet.
Okay, so about 10 feet.
Okay, so we have Leif, Rúna, Bear, and Rix going the well route, and Nahesa, Robobear, and Cayleigh going the. Or no, Rúna, you said you were going through the. MJ.
Come with us, MJ.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay, I'll just let you position your mini wherever you want it, your token wherever you want it.
I'm just gonna be right with Nahesa.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's acting first? I should say. Is it the people in the well, or is it the people at?
Well, they
How
said
solid-
they were going to make distraction, so
Yeah. How
I'm waiting
solid
for
do these
them.
doors look?
They're stone,
Ugh.
and you can tell that when you get up to them.
All right. And there's no plausibility. We can't plausibly pry them open.
You don't think that you guys are strong enough to pry.
I just had this thought of like a wolf just clamping your jaws down, on just trying to gnaw on the wall.
It's about as effective as the
get a
well.
chip a tooth.
Do you want me to just make noise?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a minor illusion of banging on the door. This can be as loud as a scream, and it'll last a minute. So that's one action. I guess I'll actually prep that a little bit of ways from the door. Yeah, but it just sounds like someone's banging on the door.
Okay.
And I'll scream in Undercommon as well. Let us in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'll let.
I've already in action to barge in if someone opens the door. Does
Okay.
that make sense? Or
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Robobear and Rúna. I'll let you guys reposition or declare some sort of action before I resolve Nahesa's
I'll actually just
distraction.
I would
Stormo
just like
Bear will
ready-
just kind of be off to the side, but
Sure.
will also be ready to, if the door opens even a crack, be ready to just push it open.
They open outwards.
yeah,
Yep.
they open
Yeah.
outward.
Oh,
Yeah.
then pry it
Otherwise,
open.
we'd have opened them ourselves.
Yeah, no, duh.
Yeah, so I'm readying an action for if when the door opens, there are figures on the other side that look hostile. I'm going to just charge.
Okay.
Do you want to back up for your pounce?
Yes, I'll just be. I'll be here.
Okay. And then you guys in the tunnel too. I will let because of the narrowness of the tunnel, if one of you wants to start ascending the rope and get to a position, you can. Otherwise, if you want to wait to hear what happens from here, you can also do that.
I'm willing to be the pin cushion if something goes wrong. I'll go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so Nahesa is making that noise. And you guys can hear, because there are windows that are above you, you can hear the sounds of suddenly there's yelling in Undercommon and feet scrambling around on stone. And the dogs all start barking inside as well. And then those doors are going to start to push open. So I think at that point, the doors push open, and standing on the bridge is a Dwagar who looks shocked. The pushes open, and then he looks out, and he's Cayleigh and Rúna, and then a robot bear, and it's
Robot bear.
Yeah,
The robot bear is a little shocking. Yeah,
Yeah.
And then this one that's back here is holding a crossbow. So I think at that point we will take initiative, but I will give you guys a surprise round. So let's do that.
So would my surprise round be my ready to action?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. And are these all current? Nahesa, Cayleigh, Leif, Barry, and...
Hey, double digits. I'm on a roll. That's like 3 times in a row.
Oh man, that's so good.
Leif got a 22. So
For me, it is.
this one is old Leif that we'll get rid of. Cayleigh did get a 617. Okay, I'm just making sure that these old rolls are... That looks... Oh no, Rúna's on here twice, so we'll get rid of that one.
Yeah, I should be 21.
Yep, gotcha. All right, and I'll put these guys on there. Dwagar.
Nice.
All right.
I don't
we
feel
caught
bad
him off
anymore.
guard.
You did it once again. It's gonna be
And I
another
got
one of those fights.
Surprise round plus regular round. Yep. Those 2 will be gone.
and let's also get... Where are you? There you are. Do I have them? Yep. Pull that. Okay. So we'll sort. And top of the round is Leif.
Right, so is Bear
Well,
at the top of the well?
Bear is climbing up. So actually, before we do that, who had... Rúna, you had a ready to action, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I had a
And
ready to
Cayleigh,
action.
you did as well?
Yeah, sort of, but I have a feeling it's not going to matter after his goes off. So.
Okay. All right. I'll let Rúna, I'll let you do your ready to action because the doors did open, and then we'll go to Leif's turn with Bear above him on the rope.
So I moved to here. And I guess that's it, because the ready to action is just an action. So my action was that dash, basically.
To charge in. Okay.
Yes. And
Right.
then I get my actual,
On
whatever.
your turn, you'd be able to do the rest of it. Yep.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Leif, you have Bear above you on the rope, and Rixana behind you. Yeah, I would say that you could try and climb past Bear with an athletics check. But I would say that failure would probably cause you to fall and land on the frozen stream.
Wait, actually, going back real quick, I don't get the pounce unless I move and attack in the same turn. So I'm actually just gonna not do.
Okay.
And then during my surprise round, I'll just
Perfect.
do it. Yeah.
Oh, we get a ready to action plus.
Well, if you had an action readied, I was
Okay.
going to let you resolve it.
Right.
Yeah.
Then yeah,
I
I'll,
ready
then
an
I
action
will barge in then.
moment.
Okay.
So I'll end up there.
Okay.
So at least if we
Robo-Bear
try to
was-
close.
Oh yeah, Robobear was going to
Yeah.
charge in too, I think. Yeah.
Robo Bear.
All right, Leif.
I mean, are we're further down the tunnel than where the token is, right?
Yes, you're about 10 feet in, and you know what? I will move you guys in because you're all right there, and its vision's not a big deal right now.
Okay.
Bear is over the well right now, so you're all basically in a vertical line right there.
Could have gone first.
Ready in action to climb.
I ready my
Yeah.
action so that when Fatty gets out of the way, I climb out of the well.
Okay, perfect. Rúna.
So yes, I'm going to move forward. I gotta
Mhm.
choose my words carefully. Yeah, so I move forward and I attack, and I'm going to use my pounce move. So
Nice.
I just do a normal attack, which is not good.
Nope, that's gonna miss.
But I do have inspiration, so I'm gonna spend it.
There you go.
Boom. There
A
we go.
17 will hit. These guys are wearing scale mail, and they have shields. This lead one did not pull a shield out, and then this back one is holding a crossbow. So
That shall be his final mistake. So he's got to make a strength saving throw.
okay.
Or fall prone. DC 13.
Okay, he failed, so he's knocked prone.
Nice. And then
Yes.
with my bonus action, I attack him again. Oh, I actually had advantage on that first attack, so I don't even have to spend the inspiration.
Oh, okay. Did you
Because
do
of
damage?
Tactics. I forgot to hit the button. So 4 damage from that first attack.
Okay.
And then I attack again with my bonus action.
Mhm.
And that's
Nice.
a 22.
That's a hit.
Another 8 damage.
Nice. So he is dropped to the floor, and he's screaming in Undercommon. Nahesa, you hear him. He's basically shouting alarm, like front gate, front gate.
Can you imagine you're being mauled to death by a wolf and you're like,
Mhm.
alarm, front gate? I commend his commitment.
Right?
Really.
That is
They're
dedication.
driven.
He
It's
was
dedicated. Yep, for sure.
Dwargar Guard of the Month. 3 months running.
You see a plaque on the wall behind
Yeah,
you.
Dwargar
It's like 15 plaques of all the same dwarf.
Not for
All
long.
right, Nahesa, you're up.
I
Someone's
on my
about to
blade
break
song.
their streak.
I have stepped 15 feet so far. Since he's prone and kind of have Rúna on him, I'm gonna say that I can walk past him, just kind of hop over him. So sorry, it's like 5, 10, 15, 20,
You
25,
step over a guy with a wolf
Yeah.
on top of him?
30, 30.
Oh, he does get an attack of opportunity still. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he really wants to take it from
Disadvantage,
prone with the wolf on him,
It is at
He's-
disadvantage, but he's gonna swing. He is gonna swing
go
his war
yeah,
pick.
go
This
for
is
it.
why he's
Do it.
Employee of the Month.
Do it.
What's your AC?
Flail
dare you.
wildly around you.
Currently, it's 18.
Okay, he misses.
Get wrecked.
Yeah. So I'm gonna head up to this guy
Mhm.
and whirl around after stepping over his prone friend, and I'm going to stick him. This
Stick
will
him
be a
with the
booming blade, but it won't proc unless he walks away.
Right. A 19 hits.
So the thunder obviously doesn't occur.
Right. Okay. But he is boomed.
Mm-hmm. And that's everything from me.
Okay. Bear.
Or sorry, I'll actually be here by the mechanism. Hopefully, I can.
Oh,
do it
sure.
Here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna climb my ass up.
Okay. So that's gonna take 10 feet of your movement, and then Leif, it's gonna take 10 feet of your movement to then use your ready to action too. So now both of you are on the of this
Okay.
room. Like I said, those dogs are barking wildly. It's all echoing off the walls around you, so it's pretty clamorous.
Yeah, so quiet is out the door. So I am going to walk forward, and I am going to. Well, fuck! I'm going to shoot this guy back here.
That one's seated at a table, and it looks like he's
Mhm.
fire. So go
But-
ahead.
Okay. Oh shit!
Oof. Oof. Nope. You pull the
So
trigger.
that's a crit miss.
Yeah, click.
That is a crit miss. Yeah. Yeah. I'd
Yeah.
say it's probably some sort of like, not a backfire, but some sort of jam or
Misfire.
something.
Mhm.
And like when you take it out and level it at him, you see him like he's freaking out. Like they've obviously seen and dealt with guns before. So he looks like
Oh, I'm
he's
sure.
super concerned. But then you pull the trigger and nothing happens, and he gets his confidence back.
You're like, haha, who built your gun? And you're like,
Fuck you.
"Ah!"
Anything else,
Uh,
Bear?
Yeah, I'm gonna. After that, I'm gonna shift.
Nice.
So
Gonna bear out.
air smash.
Awesome. All right, Rixana.
Okay, I will climb up.
It's gonna be 10 feet of your movement.
Okay, and that gets me. Oh God, what am I doing? Right here, right? Right next to Leif.
Yep, you can pick any spot next to the well. Yep.
Okay, and so I have 20 left. Can't quite get there, can I?
You
Well,
hadn't cunning
I
action
would-
yet, did you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to use my cunning action to do a dash for the bonus action.
Sure.
So I can get up right. Right here,
Okay.
and then let's attack. 23.
hits. Yep, that'll do it.
16 damage.
Oof. He's bloodied.
Okay. And yeah, I used my bonus action already, so I can't do offhand attacks. So I think that's me.
Okay. You guys hear a door slam open from north and west of your current position, and then you hear the sound of someone yelling in Dwarvish. And this isn't like yelling an alarm. This is like yelling a command. And you see these two Dwagar are like getting up now from the table and getting ready to react to that. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. No, this is the surprise round. That does not happen. Ignore that. Cayleigh, you're up.
Cayleigh is going to whack this fine fellow on the ground.
24 hits.
And then, yeah, bonus
also
action
bloodied.
to slap him. Actually, it's probably more of a kick.
Yeah. A heel drop. Ooh, that's going to miss.
Yeah. Rolling awesome today. That's it for me.
Okay. The dwarves are on surprise. So now we're doing top of the second round of combat. Leif, you are up.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. I still can't friggin' see anyone. Oh, now I can. So if the Thronax is 2060,
Then that means if they're within 20 feet, the attack is normal. If they're between 20 and 60 feet, it's with disadvantage. And if it's over 60 feet, you can't attack.
oh. Okay, I'm gonna Hunter's mark that guy with a bonus action, and then I'm gonna throw an axe at this guy.
Okay. 20 hits. Nice. And you take him down as he's trying to deal with both Rix and Nahesa. The throwing axe hits him in the back and floors him.
Nice. That's me done.
Okay, Rúna.
So the one in front of me is still alive, right?
Yep, he's bloodied.
Okay. He's getting chomped. Is he still prone?
Yep.
Yeah, he surprise
He
round.
hasn't had a turn.
chance
That's
to go,
right.
yeah.
Oh, you
Mhm.
fool.
You fool.
How dare
21
you
hits.
be you, I guess. All right, so
surprised.
5 damage. Yeah, how dare you be surprised. And then there's really no point in doing my roar. What else can I do with a bonus action? Nothing really. Well, I guess I'll roar at him.
At this one? Okay.
Arr.
Wisdom save.
Yeah, make a wisdom save.
DC 13.
Yes.
He failed.
Good. He's scared of me.
He's scared.
You'd
Prone
think
and
he'd
scared
already
and
be
bloodied.
scared with like
Yeah.
my jaws around his throat, just
Uh,
ragdolling him.
Nahesa.
So I didn't actually hear anything coming from this corner because nothing's come out yet. So
Correct.
why don't we go and engage this fool?
Nice.
Yeah. And this will be just a regular swipe to then follow up. Oh, there's no thunder because that's not a booming blade.
Oh, sure. Okay.
yeah.
That does hit. 5.
Yep. And then an offhand. Nope.
Nope.
All right, I'm done.
Bear.
Bear.
You're on mute.
I think you're muted, Josh.
Sorry. I'm going to walk up here in the middle, and I am going to... Screw it, I'm going to shoot this guy in the south.
Okay.
And hope that I don't misfire again. There we go.
A 19 will hit.
9 piercing.
Okay.
And
The dog barks cease for a moment after that gunshot goes off. And then after a beat of relatively no silence, they all start going again.
Robo Bear is going to finish off the guy on the ground.
All right.
God, his attack takes forever to pull up. Okay. There we go.
That will hit.
World problems.
Yeah. 10 force, Jesus.
Oh.
And I think he's my initiative guy. He is. That does take him out. So I'm just going to X him out and move him off screen.
Pulps the guy.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, and that's my turn.
I just keep like tugging on the body, like.
You and Bear are,
What body?
Bear are
His
going back and
torso
forth.
is just
no.
like goo.
Chew toy.
It's gonna be like a Christmas
Rix,
prank.
you're up.
Okay. Okay, exactly 30. So I'm gonna do another tag team with Nahesa. Run up here and attack.
All right.
See what we get. 18.
That will hit. You get around his shield.
Bad sneak attack roll, but that's 10 damage. And
It's enough to
then
bloody him.
I'll attack with my offhand attack. 16.
That his shield stops it. So
Okay.
no dice.
That's me.
Okay, now you guys hear a door slam open to the west of your guys' position, the northwest of everyone else. You see another Dwargar kind of run out and like look through the doors, and he's shouting. He shouts something in Dwarvish, and then he actually moves back this way.
Daddy Dwergar.
And he's going to ready in action. That's his turn. Cayleigh, you are up.
Where was that?
It's
in this
past where you
direction.
can see.
Okay.
Cayleigh will end up there.
Okay.
She will attempt to attack. Trying to sweep his legs out. Nope.
Nice.
And
Sweep
then
leg.
aims an elbow at his head.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Dwagar's turn. This one is going to take the disengage action and then flee. Whoop, not stretch. He's going to flee.
Bravely ran away.
I need that sentinel.
And this one is also going to
I
flee
know.
back here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So this guy took the disengage action, the bloodied one. This one is going to ready in action. And then down here, this one that got shot at doesn't like the idea of moving forward. Well, so he's actually going to turn around and he's going to open this door just south of him and flee to the south because he doesn't like running into a group of 4+ of you, one of which has a gun. So 1, 2.
All right,
And he's actually gonna dash.
Yeah, coward.
And you hear him shouting as he runs down, shouting in Dwarvish. So, and then you also hear a door open in this direction to the northeast of your position. And then that guy pops his head out. And then Leif, next round, you're up.
Can I get vision of that guy that I hunter's marked? I want to know where he is.
Oh yeah. He is right. I'll move you really quick and then I'll move back.
Okay.
So can you see him?
No.
Yep. Oh, you can't?
No.
Is this place dark?
Now can you see him? The green dot?
Oh, just about. Yeah. I can see him. Yeah.
Okay, yep, that's where he is.
Okay. Then I will go.
Yes, this is dark. There's no light lit in here.
Sure. Okay.
25, 30. I can get to here. And that's still a disadvantage. God damn it. Yeah, I'll throw one.
Okay.
Disadvantage. Ugh.
Nope. Lifts his shield up, knocks it out of the way.
Son of a bitch.
Is that your turn?
I could use a bonus action, yeah. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Rúna.
Okay. I think I'm gonna run towards this one.
Okay.
But I'm just barely not able to make it to him.
Oh.
Which I guess there's like an open pit here anyway,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
So I'll take a 5-foot step forward and then bonus action to face step over there.
Sure. That'll work.
And after I face step, he has to make a wisdom save to not be frightened. DC 11.
He made it.
Okay. And then I will attack him.
Nice.
And so Pounce says, if I move at least 15 feet straight toward a creature and then hit it with an attack on the same turn.
I'm gonna reword that to make it clear. I'm not gonna count. No, I think
But
it
I
has to
can
be a
teleport
momentum.
Pounce.
Just
Right?
move 15 feet, then fave step, right?
I mean, technically, I don't know. There's this little pit here. Can I like leap over this pit 15 feet movement, and then bonus action to teleport here, and then pounce? Or does it, or
What's
is
the
your
distance on that
or
pick? Is
how
that
much
for
do
5
you
feet?
phase
ruling have
step,
to be like,
then
you have
move?
to. If I phase step then move, then I couldn't have provoked the fright, which didn't work, but
Oh.
that's what I would try to do.
That's a 10-foot gap.
It doesn't.
Uh,
It doesn't really matter because pounce is also a bonus action. So the
Sure.
attack part of pounce is a bonus action. So I'm just attacking.
Okay.
No big deal. Boop. Oh, I don't have advantage, so 7.
7 misses.
You know what? I'll spend the inspiration to have
To get the 21?
Yeah.
That'll hit.
because that makes up for what I did last time. Okay, so I hit for only 5 damage.
All right. He starts cursing. What you can imagine is cursing and as suddenly
All that for 5
somebody has to fight off. Nahesa, you're up.
I guess I can either drop my dagger or pull out something else. Right. So I'll pull out my wand. Just kind of line up with this guy who readied, or he just disengaged and backed up.
Disengaged,
This guy was getting ready for something, and I heard a command come from around there. So I kind of like I'm aiming a dart throw, point my wand at the guy, and we'll see how many people this hits. Just second level. I'll throw a shatter. I need a radius on that. Centered around green dot, man.
And what is the radius on it?
I'm getting it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's just 10 feet.
Yeah.
10-foot radius sphere. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
Centered on
roll.
him.
Yeah, centered on green dot, man.
Radius, not diameter.
Oh,
Yeah, 20 feet diameter.
there we go. Okay. All right. So now that is a con save for everyone in the area.
Yes.
DC 13. Okay. And is that half damage?
Yeah, save for half.
Okay. All right. So we'll go top to bottom.
All right.
They both, the two there make it, and then the guy that you can't see who's still in the area. Where is this guy? Okay, all 3 of them made the save.
Wow.
So they're gonna take.
Well, it's a
That's to be
stupid
8.
save. Yeah. Okay.
It is a con save, and they are dwarf.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is enough to drop the guy who disengaged, though. So.
Well, a lot of good it did him. Yeah, if he could just kind of.
Ow.
Yeah, I think he explodes like the guy in Blade.
Oh,
And there's
God.
the needle.
Nice.
All
Uh,
right.
So I don't really feel threatened enough to move, so I'm done.
Okay. Bear.
Okay. Yeah. I am going to move my way up here. And let's see. Yeah, I got one more. So
Mhm.
and I am going to shoot this guy right here.
Okay.
17.
17 hits.
Awesome. 6 piercing.
He is bloodied.
Okay. And oh shit. Did the guy run away from Rúna, or did Rúna actually kill him? I didn't see.
No, I went.
No,
over
Rúna's
here.
still
There's
engaged with
another enemy
someone.
over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't see the enemy for some reason.
You can hear the. He's probably just out of range or something.
Oh no,
Yeah, he's like
I just
40 feet away.
nope. I can see it. Yeah, one of my
Okay.
other windows was covering it up. Okay.
Oh.
Would Robo Bear be able to leap over that short gap?
I would say he would have to get. Yeah, I'd say he would be able to. Yeah, with the drawbridge
Okay.
down like that.
So yeah, I'm going to send Robo Bear over to help him.
Okay.
Because he's got 40 foot of movement.
May the best
Ro-
win.
What?
Robo Bear's max HP. He's at max right now. His token is
Yeah.
still showing 1.
Oh, whoops.
From when he went down before.
There we go.
Nice. Okay, great.
And then he's going to attack.
Okay. That'll miss.
No, nope.
This Dwagar says in Dwarvish what you can only imagine. What the fuck? Suddenly, not only is there a wolf, but now there's a robotic bear engaging him.
Does he say the Dwargar equivalent of "I will be here today"? That's the vibe I'm getting from him.
Essentially, yeah. All right, Rix.
I'm trying to decide whether I should risk whatever this guy's reading or not to finish him. It's a tough decision. I'll go with my Rix instinct, and I am going to
Your instinct.
my Rix.
You're welcome.
Oh boy.
I am going to face step right next to him, right in his face.
Okay.
Best use of face step.
And that's going to be 3 damage from the face step.
Okay.
And then
Before you go any further, that's going to
Yep.
trigger his ready to action. So he's
Sure.
going to make a swing at you. He's actually throwing a javelin, which is at disadvantage now because you're suddenly engaged with him.
rude.
And you're-
point blank.
Is your AC still 14?
It is
It's higher than
14, yeah.
It is 14. That's a hit
Yeah.
then. For 3 piercing damage.
Sure.
Man, your AC is only 14.
Yes. Yeah. That's why I'm considering some things like a defensive
Yeah.
boost. Yeah. Okay, and then that's it, right? I can do my attack now.
Yes, now you can.
Okay. I will attack 15.
15 misses, hits his shield.
I'm just gonna burn my inspiration to attack again because
Oh, sure.
that's what I do. Now I'm dry on inspiration. 19.
That'll hit.
I feel vindicated. 15 damage.
Nice. He's going to go down.
Nice.
Damn right.
Slice and dice. I still have movement technically,
Mhm. Yeah, you just bonus actions.
but I kind of like where I'm at. Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. This guy sees where Rix and he like blinks a little bit because suddenly Rick appeared where she is. She didn't come running through the door. He's going to
Doesn't he take damage when you teleport?
the one guy did. The one she teleported next to did. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
But this guy, he's still going to use his bonus action and hit this lever on the wall. And
Uh-oh.
it's not going to do anything because Rick's just teleported through, but these spikes shoot out of each side of these doorways. So if anyone were crossing through that doorway when he hit it, they would take a bunch of piercing damage. But now all they're doing is blocking off the 2 sections of room. So Rix is alone with him in this room. He is going to have near total cover against any range attacks made through those spikes, which is a +5 to his AC. You guys can attack the spikes to try and break through them if you want, but I'm just letting you know that essentially he's pretty much like closed off from you guys at this point, from everyone else. And then he's going to...
So is this a doorway? Because I mean, the way it looks is like a column or something, but there's no way to get over the spikes. They completely fill the
Correct. Yep.
passage.
It's like
Okay.
2 archways.
Sure.
Yep. And then he's actually going to, you know what? He's going to spend it. He's confident. He's going to spend his action to enlarge and then just stalk over to Rix. And that's his turn. So Cayleigh, you're up.
Okay. I am worried about Rix and Rúna.
I'm fine.
That's what we're here for people to worry about us.
Does
All
seem
right.
that way sometimes.
That's how you know that you're cool.
So here's what I'm gonna do, I think. Let me just double check to see what all.
Mhm.
It's
I just realized that now 2 encounters Rixana against. Or I suppose not
Yeah.
last time you weren't alone, but you know what I mean. Like it was.
But yeah, what is it with these Dwargar
warm
and
enough.
attacking Rix one-on-one?
Well, it was 6-on-1 before.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what I mean is when she's by herself.
Yeah. Mhm.
They just hate Rixana, I guess.
okay.
Feelings mutual.
I'm going to move to here.
Mhm.
I'm going to cast Bless.
Mhm.
And I will target Rix, Bear, and Leif. Leif, I should say. And then as part of that, I get a bonus action to elbow the spikes. So I will do that.
Okay. Nice.
Elbow.
That's a hit. Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. Dwagar are up, which the one is still to the south. He's still running and shouting. This one is going to take the disengage action. It's going to flee to the east. And then it's going to use its bonus action to slam that door closed again.
You got me. My
Both
weak-
the
Yeah.
roars and
One
frustration.
weakness.
yeah, our only weaknesses. Doors.
Doors, yeah.
Yeah, Rúna looks
and
down at her
then-
hands, but they're not hands, they're paws, and she's just no.
What have I
Um,
done?
Okay.
check some distance there. All right. Yep. Go ahead, Leif.
I'm gonna move to here and hit the spikes.
Okay. So now Cayleigh hit the ones under the northern arch. You're attacking the ones. So they are 2 separate
Okay,
targets.
Yeah, I'll get the northern one then.
Okay.
So he has total cover, but can we actually see into that room?
He has near total cover. So
Near
yeah,
to-
you can see like the spikes aren't a full, so you can still
Yeah.
see into it.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Okay.
And I will do it again.
They're chipping and bending, but they're not out of the way yet.
Ugh.
Okay. That archway, those spikes are going to shatter and break.
Nice.
That's me done.
Okay.
Hold
Rúna.
on, how much movement did I do? 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I'll step in.
Okay. Great. Rúna.
I'm debating between the very realistic and cinematic thing that is completely useless of Rúna running up to the door and like frantically scratching at it, and probably unnerving the shit out of this Dwargar, or the actually useful, like, okay, he got away, turn around and go the other way thing. I think I'm gonna do that just because
Why would you
I've
break the
done
habit
enough.
of a lifetime and be useful?
I was about to say I've
Yeah.
done enough of Rúna specifically being useless in battle this campaign. I should probably stop doing that. So I'm gonna run so 60 feet to get to here. And sadly that's my whole turn.
Okay.
We still can't get through here, right?
Nope, the northern one is open. The southern archway
it is
is
open
still
one. Okay, cool.
Nahesa.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it's like difficult terrain to move through teammates, right?
I let you just move through. Like
All right.
not even
Oh, well,
train.
in any case, I'll ease past Rixana over here. And then I'll combo this guy, hopefully. 18.
18's gonna hit.
Cool. For 8, and then offhand dagger.
Nice.
24. For 5. And that's all.
Okay.
This is a big dude.
He is a big dude, yeah. Bear, you're up.
Okay. So going to give RoboBear my bonus action so he can dash all the way up here. And then I am going to move in. Let's see. I'll move there so that way other people can get in if they need.
Okay.
And I am going to just open up on the dude.
Okay.
This is the lever.
Yes.
There we go.
That'll hit. Holy cow.
27.
Wow.
15.
Oof.
Jesus. I maxed out.
What?
It's a D10 plus 3
Yeah,
plus
wait.
magic plus. Wait, what's the last?
I don't know what that one mod is. The magic is obvious, but
Is it applying your luckstone?
I wonder.
The luckstone or the blessing?
We'll call it 14. It's not. It's not the bless because that would be a D4.
Well,
Oh,
either
you roll
way,
a 1 on a D4.
he's bloodied now.
Okay.
And then Rix, it's your turn.
Get him.
Okay. Yep, I'll attack this dude in front of me.
Which one? Sorry? No, I'm kidding.
The giant invisible fucker. Okay, here we go. Oh god,
Oh,
28.
jeez. Yeah, that'll
Jesus.
My
Just had to
blessing
show up
just
there.
did
Shut me up, yeah.
And that's 19 damage.
do it. Okay.
Very nice.
And then we'll hit with the bonus attack, no sneak attack. Do I get blessed for every attack, or is it just like once per every attack? Okay. That is. Oh no, that's not gonna do it.
Miss.
That's an 8. And then I will dance away. He can't make opportunity attacks on me, and I will dance over to where the button is, the lever.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
just waggle my eyebrows suggestively at whoever's watching.
Well, all right. He is thoroughly pissed off. He's going to attack 1 to 2. 1, 2, 3 is Nahesa for Leif. 2 Nahesa.
Mhm.
And there are going to be 2 attacks here.
Okay.
He's wielding a warhammer, and he is using it one-handed. He has a so first attack is. Oops, where did my chat went? There it is. First attack's a hit. Both are hits, actually, right? Because you're 8. Oh no, you're 18. So first one, second one.
What's the second roll?
The second roll is a miss with a 17.
Wait, but you said one of them hit, right?
Yep. So his
what was
first
the roll
is,
of the one that hit?
oh, the one that hit is it's 22.
Yeah, I'll shield. Why not?
Oh, okay, nice.
Yep.
So he is
Yeah.
all right, and then bonus action. Oh, I should have led with that.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's his turn. Cayleigh, you're up.
Cayleigh will slide on in. Sure, we'll hop on over there. And she will attack with quarterstaff.
Okay. 16 misses. Hits his shield.
I'll spend a key to flurry.
Okay. 23 hits.
5
Okay. 24 hits.
for another 4.
All right. He's going to go down.
She knocks him out.
Okay.
So basically, she comes in, slides under his legs, and then misses with her quarterstaff, but then does like a 1-2 kick elbow to the gut and then forehead, and he's falls down cold.
Nice. All right. These other Dwagar. Okay, this door to the east is going to open up again. So the Dwagar ran in, slammed the door, and then hears the sounds of Robert and Rúna fleeing. So the door opens back up, and he's going to come out and see nobody in the vicinity. Oh, he'll see Rúna, actually. What's that distance, though? 60? He's going to spend his action to go invisible.
Oh, how dare you approach me?
And then Rúna, you hear the door to this. Oh, the door to the south is already open. So you hear more Dwagar moving around south of your position as well.
South? So this way?
Yep. Yes.
That is south.
Yes, that is south.
Did it.
So Leif, this room that you're in now, it's bare. I mean, it looks pretty much how it looks now. It's plain. Sorry. There is a 10-foot hall going south, and then there's a large stone door, which he actually slammed open. So that's going to be open. And through there, you can see what looks to be, well, actually, you're Leif, so you might not be able to see. Yeah.
I can see that square.
You can see, yep, you can see a little bit of, you can see like a bed of, it looks like that's like a living quarters or something.
Okay, I'm going to kick up the axe that missed the other guy. 5, 10. Oh, this is clear. You're Leif, and then steps back out.
Okay. All right, Rúna.
Let's see. So I have a couple options. I could. So having improved like smell doesn't help me actually attack invisible enemies, right? Like I still would have disadvantage.
Yes.
Well, he hasn't done stealth, so you should know
Right.
his square.
So he's still he hasn't
but
moved. He moved out and then went invisible.
Yeah. So my options are go and try to attack him, or head south and head these guys off, or shift back and cast Fairy Fire where I know he is.
Sure. All those sound like good options.
They're all good options, although if I shift back, I'll lose the 2 extra dice of hit points that I gave myself.
The other thing you can do is ready in action, because after he attacks, he should become visible again.
Is that true? It's not like greater invisibility?
That's true.
We might not know.
Well, when the big one attacked Rix in the basement, he
Yeah.
became visible again.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we knew. I knew that. I think what I'll do is what did I see? What weapon he had? Did he have sword?
He had a javelin.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna run over to where he was.
Okay.
Like, like how dare you? So I know where was he last standing? It was right here.
Yep.
Okay.
Right at the corner of that hallway.
Boom.
Nice. You are engaged with him.
That was my move and my dash.
Okay.
I did it.
Nahesa.
Oh, I guess I could frightening roar him, right?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have to be able to see him.
I mean, I don't know. Let me see what it says. No, an enemy within 30 feet who can hear me.
Huh.
So he certainly can hear me. So yeah, make a wisdom save.
He cast invisibility and ear blind.
He's DC 13, right?
No, yes.
Okay, he succeeded.
Okay. How dare he?
All right, Nahesa.
So this guy's kind of slumped down at her feet. There's still activity in that direction. So actually, I think I'm going to dash. Well, no, I have no way of knowing that the other guy went invisible.
True.
I just know that one guy at least ducked down that way. All right. You know, yes, this guy trapping himself in here has given me the idea. All right. I'm going to head back towards the entrance. Wrong keyboard. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 55. All right. So I will get ready to pull this if I notice anyone coming close, and that's all.
Sure. Okay. Bear. I think you're muted again, Josh.
This is what happens when I keep sneezing. I forget to pull myself off mute. Don't have anything terribly exciting to do, so I am
That's the
going. I am going to. Where can I move? Okay. So I am going to move here. And I'm not seeing anybody. Heard noise from the south, so I am going to take a dash action. Oh, hey, look. And Robo-Bear is going to come up and join me.
Okay. Rix.
Would you call it a bonus action to push the button? Or
Yep, to flip
free
the lever is a
action?
bonus. Yep.
Okay.
This is having none of your non-lethal solutions.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and push it.
Okay.
From a bonus action. I really want to skewer someone with these, but for now, I will move.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I don't see much yet. So I will dash. Yeah, I'll dash. Okay, I think that's about as far as I can get.
All right, this guy's out cold, so we're gonna skip him. Cayleigh.
All right. 4. Can I parkour over some of this stuff?
Yeah, you can move over it.
Cool. Sorry, where was I? I need to remeasure again. 40. Okay, and then I'll move another 40. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. That's where I am.
Okay. All right, the invisible dwarf is going to Rúna, so that has advantage, and this is the one attack he makes while invisible.
For some reason, the invisible dwarf just sounds like a, I don't know, like a circus act. Come on, come on, the invisible dwarf.
Come see the invisible dwarf.
Yeah.
And he hit for 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then these two down here. I think you guys are all still. Yeah. Gosh. I mean, it's disadvantage. Cayleigh's up front, so they're both going to throw their javelin.
They are outside of my sight range, so that's regular attack for them. I can't see them. So.
Oh, because you can't see them. I see. Gotcha. And actually, because of the angle of this hallway, I don't think this one is actually going to be. Oh, no. Yep, they can. Okay, so regular attacks from both of them. First one misses. The second one, it hits.
Second one, what?
The second one hits.
If I shield, would it not hit?
It would not hit.
Shield.
All right.
Yay, I get
So the
my
first one, the
dice back.
javelin.
Yay!
You got your
Wait, I have to roll. Wait, I have to roll.
No, that's right. You have to roll a d6. That session 1 rune that you spent. There you go. You got it back.
Yay!
The first one misses entirely, and the second one bounces off of that shield. And then they're both going to. You hear the sounds of them retreating further into the room that they were in. Leif.
Right, I'm going to spend an action to dash because I'm miles away from everybody else now, even though I can't see anybody. Because fuck you, minus 5. That's as far as I can get on a dash, and I can't see anybody.
Sure.
So I think that's me done.
Okay. Rúna.
I would like to murder this person in front of me. Yeah, I'm gonna roar at him again.
Okay.
Make another wisdom save.
Let's move. I can see it. He failed this time.
Oh, good. So yeah, I give him a menacing growl, and then I yard. Oh, I don't know what. I do not have advantage.
Sure. Well,
So-
miss.
Well, yep, 9's not gonna cut it on that. That's it for me.
Okay. Nahesa.
I'll flip this lever. Is that a full or bonus action to?
It's
drop
a
this lever?
crank, so I'm going to say it's your full action to.
Full
Like
action.
it's not just a lever. Yeah, you have to crank the drawbridge up.
Oh, okay. Cranks up. I didn't know if it dropped down. Like, yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll do that.
No, that's actually cool.
Mhm.
Stop them from escaping.
That's the idea. All right.
It's just the open.
Yeah, I am done.
Okay. Bear.
When you phrase it that way of stopping them from escaping, suddenly we kind of sound like the bad guys.
I don't know what you're talking about. Shut
What do you
up.
mean suddenly?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, they're just a bunch
It's
of
been a
devil
session one
worshipping
creep.
evil Dwargar, like
Oh, these
Or-
guys aren't devil worshipping.
Not yet.
Nice.
I like how
We
like
know.
the
You
Hess
guys
has
already
probably got some
decided that
spell that
was,
just like
uh,
throws
you know,
cultist
that would
ropes
receive the
over
death
every
penalty
piece of
anyways.
furniture in a 20-foot radius. Like plant evidence spell.
Ooh, there's that.
definitely
I'm
thought that
picking
they
it
were
up.
like the Dwargar were like some opposing I don't know. Never mind.
So yeah, I'm going to. Ugh. Of course, I can't make it to the doors without dashing.
Sure.
Well, so how sturdy are these doors? Do they look
They're
like
stone,
real
that's all.
sturdy?
Like here, down here.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, it's a stone door, but it's open.
Oh, okay.
They threw their javelins and then turned and ran.
Best guards ever. They're not getting Employee of the Month.
Who's even going to award it at this point?
Yeah.
We're gonna come back and there's gonna be this crudely
Hey.
drawn picture of a lynx in
It's
a
just
frame.
carved in the wall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot that guy since I moved up and I can see him.
All right.
And sorry, I had to reload some stuff. Roll 20 crash for me.
No worries.
So
I mean, you're using a pistol. It's kind of fitting.
there we go.
That's a hit. 24 is a hit.
11 piercing.
Jesus.
I'm not even
Um,
doing all the damage output here.
Bear, from where you are, you can see the south wall of this room, and you see multiple other doors all along the south wall. Tall, narrow doors.
I'm gonna yell back at everybody so they know.
Okay.
And
They got the tall
Have-
door.
Robo Bear move up, and that's my turn.
Okay, Rix.
I'll join the chase here. Let's see. So I can move about here with 30 feet. And
Yes, murder the people trying to run away.
they could be raising the alarm for more people. I think I can dash.
I feel bad for that first guy that got mauled was yelling for alarm and like no one came.
I feel bad because we're basically like fucking Judge Dredding these guys because they took the neon sign out of a bar.
Yeah.
That's the extent of like
Miller Lite
guilt.
sign hanging on them.
I
just
don't
wanna
even
say-
think it was these guys.
I am knocking them out. I don't know what you guys are doing. So
Well, that's one knockout so far.
Because we know
one
it.
knockout out of all the rest that were destroyed.
Mhm.
One knockout and 4 corpses.
I-
All right, Rix, was that your
I feel
turn?
like if they were
Yeah,
innocent
that's my turn.
of whatever, they would have been like,
Oh yeah.
"Why are you attacking us? Please stop attacking us!" Instead of, "We're being attacked."
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
they're innocent of stealing the they did not in fact steal the neon sign. So like
Oops.
if we had the right guys in that case, then this would still go the same way. So what you're saying?
all right, that's a dash to get there.
Okay. All right.
Me, the person, is like no, but Rúna, the character, probably yes.
Paragon of quality decision.
I think I will say it might be best to lay down your arms. They probably can't understand me, but I will.
Yeah,
say
they don't know where you're. They just, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jordan,
you're
the
the
only
only
person who
can
speaks
communicate
undercommon is
with them in
Nahesa.
any meaningful way, Casey. If you don't like the
And
way
yeah.
this is going, talk to them.
You have not said word one this entire time tonight.
This is also very true.
No one has asked me to.
Oh, please.
If you guys
You're
actually
for not
regretted
doing
any of
anything.
your actions, I feel like you would speak up. So
I don't think I've actually
You know.
hit anybody this whole fight, have I?
No, the
You
axe
can,
killed
like,
the one.
Not for
yeah.
lack of
Oh,
Oh,
so,
no, I
so
didn't.
Leif,
No,
after
sorry.
throwing his axes into the floor over and over again, is going to go, "Hey guys, let's stop the fight. All right, maybe it's not going so well."
So these two are both going to enlarge as their action. And this one's going to spend a bonus action flipping a lever on this wall, on the west wall. All of those doors along all of the tall, narrow doors are going to slide open.
Oh,
I warned you.
And they reveal what look to be small cells.
Filled
And
with
Cayleigh,
robo-bears.
you can filled with polar bears. Yeah.
filled with
Deploy our own bears.
You see what look to
Deploy the bears.
at one point they were humans, but now you see that their bodies and their skin have been twisted and malformed. It looks like they have fungus growing off of them. And they're
Nerd.
like all as soon as the doors slide open, they all start like shambling out. And I'm going to add them to the.
They're clickers.
This is, this,
Yeah,
this is like when
any
the
guilt-
doors open at a comic convention.
Any guilt that we had for like going Judge Dredd on them is gone, right?
Yeah, I rescind my potential. Are we the
Yeah.
baddies?
No.
We're not.
they're
Oh, so
bad.
now the Judge Dredding is justified.
Yes, now it's
It's retroactively justified.
If you prolong the fight long enough, you'll eventually find a to be justified. So yeah, no,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah, there
that's
you go.
fine.
If we keep pushing them, they will eventually do something that will justify. Yeah.
I just have to find what these guys. Okay.
Is Icewind Dale a stand your ground stay?
Apparently.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
Where are
Ugh.
they? They're- Okay. So it's the end of the round, so they're gonna take their turn. Because I just threw them in there.
I can't see anything.
And-
This is super frustrating.
Certainly don't play
They're gonna shamble their way
I
out.
like human.
That's what you get for being boring.
Humans are underpowered.
Get fucked.
30.
Oh, there's just 3 of them.
Boy.
So another.
This one's gonna dash.
Jesus.
I sure wish I could
okay,
see
So
this action.
Cayleigh,
He's
you're
just getting piled on.
you're
Yep,
getting 4 attacks.
I bet you
I
wish
think
you had
I've
burned
seen
that
this
shield right
zombie
about now.
movie before.
Yeah.
This is the part where the person goes down under the pile of zombies.
Yeah.
This is the part where you're supposed to tell everyone to run and that you'll,
You'll catch up with us later.
yeah,
Don't-
be okay. Just go.
Cayleigh
So,
returns the
If
pie
you
with the
hide
mic
the
in the
bite
bite.
marks, then we're no
Mhm.
longer friends.
No, this is when you
And
pull
we
out.
watch-
So
we watch you
Cayleigh,
get
I
devoured
rolled
by a
all 4
revolving door.
attacks. The first one crits. The second 2 miss, and the fourth one hits. So,
Okay.
the first one is gonna do. The crit does 4 piercing damage,
Wow, good crit.
Jesus.
I'm not
and
worried.
the last one that hit does 2 piercing damage.
Okay.
What?
And they're swinging, or no, they're clawing and biting at you. Yeah. Leif.
Okay, so I can just about. I don't know how I can see this down there, but I can see.
Like, actually gonna have to learn dark vision for this dude.
Yeah,
The Leif tax.
the Leif tags.
Mhm.
Shut up, Mom! Casey's picked on me. I'm gonna throw an X at this fucker.
Okay.
Ugh.
That misses.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're gonna throw an axe?
Guys, let's stop fighting. Okay, it's not working out.
I'm gonna use a burst action to throw another one.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
12 hits.
Wow. Easy.
Mm-hmm. And it's bloodied.
Hmm.
Rúna, you're up.
It's gonna take me forever, but I'm gonna kill this person.
Nice.
If it's the last thing I do. This is what I get for being solo over here when I have pack tactics and a bunch of other stuff. So he's still frightened of me. That doesn't
Yes.
help. Never mind. So I'll just attack. Great.
11 misses.
Yep.
Okay.
That's my turn. I
All
guess I
right,
can roll
Nahesa.
it again.
You could, yeah. He's still frightened technically, but you.
Sure. It just renews it. I just
Okay.
every 6 seconds I roar at him.
He failed.
Great.
20.
I guess they did
You know
get
what?
an alarm
Actually,
that
hold
worked.
on.
35.
Yeah. Everyone else is down this way.
Mhm. Yeah, we're like all to the left
He
of the
can't-
drawbridge.
He can't approach me, so I'm gonna move over here, and he can make an attack of opportunity if he desires.
He will. It's with
He's- he's
disadvantage, but he will.
Okay.
Oh, whoops. Hang on. I clicked the wrong attack. Let's do the right character this time.
Hmm.
Miss.
Cool.
Okay.
You said
Go
these
ahead
are
and
like
finish that.
fungus-looking people,
Yes.
and 8 was enough to bloody them.
Okay. I think I know what he's.
Yep.
Oh, it's not
I
gonna.
was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, if you thought that
Do
crossbow
it.
bolt in the back was problematic, Cayleigh, wait till you get the full brunt of the shatter spell.
It's well, I mean, it's just the most efficient thing to do. Is the problem,
Christ.
and anyone can use a healing kit. So
Think of it not as taking damage, but
Use it
getting a
on her
chance to
unconscious
practice your
body.
medicine.
my 10
Think of
foot
it as an
radius.
opportunity. Every hit point lost is a hit point that can be gained.
Yeah, all right.
It's like the
No.
Faerun Red Cross motto.
All right.
Just do it,
I have my tongue
Do it,
stuck
you didn't
out like I'm
want
just I'm really weighing things, and then because I was able to see her get swiped, but I will go ahead and center it a little bit away at the last second. You see me kind of like, move my arm.
Like there's like a
Uh,
beeping in Cayleigh's
an
pouch as the missile
exasperated
lock starts
sigh
to
of-
kick in.
Yeah,
Missile lock alert.
if you had like a laser dot on your head that was the center of the spell, and I'm just like, I'm just pointing off to the side a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I will get a 2 hit.
Nahesa, you've turned off your targeting computer.
I don't need it. Oh, see, and you were even worried about it. You would have gotten a save. Yeah, all right. So save to avoid 9 damage.
The Dwagar succeeded.
You don't say.
And
That's like pretty close to average.
so one of these, the fungus guys failed, so he takes the full 9. The other 2 take 4.
Okay.
This Dwagar.
No, I can't even. Okay. Yeah. Cool. That was my full action. So,
okay.
That's it.
And then this guy's bloodied as well because he took 9. All right. Bear, you're up.
Jayhawk in the chat says, "I can't revive you if you don't die."
Excellent point.
Yeah.
I am going to rush up here, which this fungus dude is going to get an attack of opportunity on me.
That's a miss.
Okay. And I am going to quickly turn on this guy right in front of me, and I moved it. I moved Robo.
I was gonna say you have
Robo
Bear up there.
You can quickly turn him on. What did you
Charge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's coming up too, but yeah. Yeah. I'm going to open up on him.
Okay.
And
27 hits.
Jesus, I will take it.
Wow.
So apparently,
This is
whenever I
making up for
cast
that
left-
crit fail.
Yeah. Oh, I should roll concentration. Sorry.
Oh, forgetting it.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Does your stuff take concentration?
Yeah, because he just
Okay.
casts the spell. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
That you take him out.
Awesome. And
What is? Check.
and Robo Bear is going to move up and stand on top of his corpse.
Okay.
Like you do.
Ricks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and he will attack the Dragar.
Can Robobear get there?
He has 40 movement, so let me count it out again.
Oh, was he next to Rixana? Okay, then he can get there.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I forgot where he was.
Sorry, I
No,
counted
it's
it
fine.
out, and I'm like, oh wow, opening.
Mhm.
So
No, that's good.
yeah, going to attack the Dragar. Okay, why is this not out? There we go.
14 misses.
Yep. Okay.
Scrapes on his shield. Yep. Rix.
All right, I'll keep it simple and duel with the zombie in front of me. Okay, that's gonna be 17.
That hits.
That's gonna be 13 damage.
Do you get sneak attack on that one?
Yeah, because
Swashbuckler.
there's the swashbuckler. Yeah,
Oh,
because there's
okay.
no one else within 5 of me. Yeah.
Well, either way, he goes down with or without it.
Okay. And then I will move into this room. 5, 10, 15. But I'll stay. Yeah, I'll stay right about there. That's
Okay.
me.
Cayleigh.
All right, Cayleigh is going to attack this guy.
All right.
Oh, jeez.
Miss.
That's not what I wanted to see. I think I'm going to, spend my last key point to dodge.
Nice.
Oh, sorry, Josh. I'm already dodging.
Oh, I hit enter as you were saying that. Okay. Well, if somebody attacks me, then
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, well, Bear came running in with a gun, so I think that is ample threat to potentially pull some focus off of Cayleigh. So this one Dwagar is going to be attacking Cayleigh. This other one, I'm going to roll a d6. 1 through 3 is Bear, or 1 through 3 is Cayleigh, 4, 5, 6 is Bear. So they're both going to be attacking Cayleigh. They both have disadvantage. Cayleigh, your AC is what? 16?
Yep.
Okay. That's a miss. And then the other one, miss. So 2
Nice.
misses. And then Rúna, this one, that one's gonna back up
Yeah.
to
so-
break line of sight.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Can you see back up to where you were?
Over here?
Yep.
I can see this.
Yep. So another Dwagar comes running out.
Oh my god.
And you see that one is like conversing with the one next to it, or like getting like, what's going on? Like what you know? So all right, and then we're gonna go to the fungus zombambos.
Are they really going to 0?
They're all gonna. What's that?
Do they really go on a 0?
I just threw them in at the end of the
I
round
see.
when they were brought in. They're gonna all swing at. Well, this one will swing at Robert. The other two are gonna swing at Cayleigh with disadvantage. Miss, and at Bear normal attack.
They give disadvantage.
Oh, with disadvantage. Okay. AC. That's a miss. So miss. Leif, you're up.
I'm gonna move. Down to here. I'm gonna. This guy's not been hit, right?
I don't think so.
No, he has. He has been hit.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark him.
Okay.
So I've got one of those left. I haven't spent a spell slot, and then I will throw an X with the bonus action. Main action.
Sure.
I've got bless, right? I should be ticking in this. I didn't
You're
do
still
it.
blessed. Yep.
Yep, you're blessed. That will hit.
There you go.
Should get the hunter's mark in there too, right?
Plus the Hunter's Mark, yeah. So,
Nice.
and I you
he's
know what?
bloodied now.
Fuck it. I'm gonna use the Rúna Frigid Winds
yeah.
to detonate it and do a DM.
Nice. Another 4. That takes him down.
Very nice.
I reduced his speed to 0.
His corpse
I
is
mean-
especially slow.
Yeah, technically.
So the throwing axe goes end over end, and when it embeds in the back, the rune on it like lights up, and there's this explosion of ice as he goes down.
You Kratos him.
Yep, and then I turn to my
Pretty
hand.
much.
Nice. Rúna.
Okay.
Shit just got real.
Trying to get over here.
I just imagine
These are
like
where
there's like a
real
smash cut to
fight
like a Scooby Doo chase through all these doors going on at the other end of the
Seriously. So I think I honestly think I'm fed up at this point. I turn around, I just like march back. I shift back into my normal form. And in Sylvan, I say, like, just leave already, and then cast sleep on them.
Nice.
Just go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Ooh,
Nice.
26. Okay, we go lowest HP first, so the frightened falls asleep.
Yeah, go to sleep.
The other one is still up.
Son of a bitch.
Add it to
Alright,
their counter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta go find it.
Nahesa.
This room looks a lot less dangerous now. And all right. All right, I'm just gonna march up and try and put this guy down.
Nice.
What do you mean? My entire chat window went away.
18.
18 will hit.
Cool. For 9 piercing. Throw out offhand. Yay.
There you
2d4 incoming. Yeah, so 2.
He goes down.
Wow. What a crit. Am I right? Okay. I'm done.
Okay. Bear.
Yeah. I am going to. Shit, I'm gonna double tap the zombie right by me.
All right. 27 hits
Jesus.
yet again.
13.
It goes down.
And Robert is going to attack the one by him.
That
I hate that
scowl
name
that
is stuck.
Dave
I hate it.
makes.
I know. That's the only reason why I say it. I hate it too, but it bugs him.
11 misses.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I will reposition as well.
Okay.
So there we go.
I should say that this room actually has another barred window like that other one did that looks out over the valley. It's in the northeast corner of this room. So
Okay.
okay, Rixana, go ahead.
You said barred window. I just imagined like a loot in the window. Like
It's a window that
There's a guy sitting there playing a lute in the window.
yeah,
yeah, it's literally just looks into a bard's house, and he's like, "What are you
it's like
doing here?"
like a DDR
Go
screen.
away.
And
Yeah.
I have
What's
identified
going on?
I've identified a problem with how they have the dynamic lighting set up.
Mm-hmm.
For a minute, I was like, is that a secret door or something? No, you should be able to see this, but the way they have drawn the lines, I can't delete it with like opening up a whole bunch of stuff that you shouldn't be able to see. So right here, these two spaces, those lead to stairs going down, and it's a stairway that goes down about 20 feet into another room.
A basement.
Oh
no.
My favorite. I'm just gonna do some cleanup duty. I did 18 on this zombie here.
Hit.
18 damage.
What?
Sorry?
That'll kill it.
Oh,
Sneak attack.
good sneak attack. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Cayleigh.
So are these are they undead or are they plants or abominations or
yes.
something? Or
They're
Or
like
are
a
they
combination of both.
They're clickers.
Fungus is not a plant. Just
okay.
I mean,
Wow.
Fair.
putting that out there.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is true. Yep. All right. In any case, I will try to thwop it and fail.
Yep, that misses.
Yeah, this is great.
That'll hit.
I'm
I think
really
your
good at
staff is
slapping
fully.
things. Yeah, that's me.
right.
I'll move
So-
over a little bit.
Just so you know, I made the mistake of having to reboot Roll20, and now it just won't.
Now it won't work, you said?
It just won't load the map at all.
Yeah, when I had to reload Roll20, it took like a good 2-3 minutes to load up the map.
Oh, no.
It says your connection to the server has been interrupted.
Who did it?
I blame you.
Guilty as charged.
I mean, I will say that
I'm trying to. It's
I
fine.
know that it does take longer because A, there's so many maps with this module, and B, they all have dynamic lighting. So
It's never done this before, but go on, and if it gets to my turn again, I'll just. I don't know.
I think Eris
Sure.
just sort of pushed it off the table.
well, Rúna, this other dwarf that did not fall asleep, is going to march forward and throw a javelin. AC 14 sounds right? Or are you higher than that now? Are you 15 now?
Rúna.
MJ?
Oh, I
Oh,
can
me?
just check your character sheet, actually.
It just loaded. I'm at 14 now.
You are at 14. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to throw its javelin. Range. There we go. Miss.
Good.
And then it's going to back up again. And then our one fungal buddy is going to swing at Cayleigh.
Give him disadvantage.
Thank you.
Miss. And Leif's up.
I'll retrieve my first missed axe on the guy that was here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will move to here, and I'll throw. What is it? What was it? -2 for throwing into melee, or?
No,
No,
you
it's
just
you roll a 1.
All right.
If you
Just
roll a
roll a
one, you
one,
hit
and
an
then you
ally.
hit Cayleigh.
That's the
Challenge
only
accepted.
difference. Mm-hmm.
I'll bonus action to move the hunter's mark to him then, and then I'll just throw an axe.
Okay.
Suck it.
That hits. And he goes down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, combat's over, so we don't have anything else to worry about in the rest of the fort.
We can just hear
Well,
this
Rúna,
like
it's-
slow, like roaring.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Rúna, it's your turn.
All right, and I just found this corner, so let's see if I can improve it some more. Oh my god, my whole character sheet went away. 1 second.
No problem.
Sigh loudly.
It's exactly where I was like 10 minutes ago.
Go to sleep.
22
Work.
is not good enough to do it.
Dang it. Okay.
I have to say, yeah, all right. You didn't do anything to that guy, right?
No, this one is unharmed.
Yeah, all right.
Nahesa.
Just keep wheeling him.
I'll just start marching towards him.
Okay. Just pissed.
Yep.
All
Like
right.
this guy from Limboim.
It
Making
has
me
been so
lose the
long since we've been.
contest.
Huh. Has anyone seen?
Everyone does a quick
Rúna?
hiccup.
Been a while.
Probably off hunting a rabbit.
Mhm.
That's
So
one way to
it-
put it.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you guys are going to like go engage, then doing that. Otherwise, I'll just skip and we can do Rúna again, or like Rúna and the Dwagar essentially.
Mhm.
I mean, you can probably hear me casting spells.
I would
I'm
imagine
not
so.
that far away.
Yeah.
I would
Like
have no
just
idea.
around the corner from you.
My character's like a
I'm like in the same
permanently at the
house.
bottom of a
If
well.
someone was like in your living room and they were like loudly casting magic, you'd be like, "Huh, I bet they're over there."
Mm,
Don't
Be
see
pissed at
anyone
my
here.
I think
neighbors
you
making
underestimate the size
noise.
of my living room.
All right, fine. I'll dash further. 40, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There
I'm
you
gonna
are.
get there just in time to watch her crit.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, she has 2 to get through, so
Oh.
What's the
Barry,
second?
you're up.
Who's asleep?
One of them is unconscious though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
so
It's literally just this one.
Nahesa, so
yeah. The one in the big one in the other room's unconscious, but that's not gonna help us.
you're up, Bear.
Yep. I'm counting out movement. So okay. Dash up here.
Like actually gonna clock out on my blade song for the first time.
And Robert is dashing up there.
Okay. Rix.
Okay. Let me just. I'm just gonna be dashing up here.
Sure.
Okay. So. And I can use my bonus action to keep dashing if I want.
Sure.
Which direction do I hear movement in over there?
Yep, to the northeast. Which, yeah, you will have to cross because that drawbridge is lifted.
Oh,
you'll have to
it's
go
lifted,
around.
okay.
Mhm.
Do a Prince of Persia style wall run.
Okay, right about there.
That's an accurate
Nice.
That's right.
I
Finally,
actually
I
just
used
watched that
perfect.
movie again 2
Oh,
nights
not the
ago. I
movie. I
think.
mean, like the original game.
That movie.
Oh no, the game is
Sorry.
awesome. Yeah.
Get out.
Cayleigh, you're up.
I'm just kidding.
All right.
What y'all don't like Jake Gyllenhaal as a Persian?
Yeah.
What was her name? What was the female lead's name in that? Gemma something.
God. I don't remember.
The British
She's also
woman.
the lead in
She's-
Clash of the Titans.
She's also very white.
Yep,
Gemma Arterton,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's me.
Blonde girl. Yeah, I didn't realize she was on that.
Move forward, and this guy's gonna actually.
He has a name.
Well, here's the thing. For some reason, yeah, I'll get to it after. Okay. So yeah, it's gonna use its action to enlarge, and that's
They all have
its
names,
turn.
hopes, and dreams, Casey.
Leif, you're up.
One of them did.
No, they're-
Now apparently
they're-
another one is
The rest
pretending
of them
to.
don't. Yeah.
Their hope is not to be a chew toy of a wolf and a robot bear. That's their hope.
But what is their fate?
Well, we know it for most of them.
Okay, I double moved.
Okay.
This map's too
All right,
big.
Rúna.
So enlarge is just his whole action. That guy.
That's an action. Yep.
Hmm.
Okay, we're here to witness it, Rúna. Well, some of us can. I can't see that.
I'm
Yeah.
out of stuff.
So there's like one dude asleep on his feet. I'm gonna say because I think that's funnier. And then you're just squaring off with the other guy who just enlarges.
I mean, basically out of stuff. So I'm just gonna attack.
I say you have a snipe, don't you?
Yep.
Oh,
you
because you
go.
burn spell slots and on your HP.
Oh my
you
god,
crit.
crit!
See, I told
Wow.
you.
There you go. There
What did
you
I say
go.
like 2
There you
rounds
go.
ago?
I'm gonna use my superiority die and do a menacing attack.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So it should double the menacing attack dice as well. So yes. Wow, that's my crit.
That's
6 damage.
nuts.
You like it? I hope you like it.
Jesus.
Try
I rolled a
casting
1
sleep now.
and a 2 on my scythe dice with a -1. So 2 damage on the crit.
Wisdom
Barf.
save against fear.
Yeah, wisdom save against fear with a DC of 10.
Well, you may have you may not
No,
have
I'm
crit
sorry,
too hard.
DC of 12.
Okay, you may not have crit too hard, but it was enough to frighten this guy, so he's scared now.
Damn right.
Look at
So yeah, I
Scott
just
crawling.
unhook the scythe off my back, twirl it around, and just give it a nice slice across the chest.
Mm-hmm.
MJ Scott Super Sage in chat is giving you inspiration for the clutch crit.
Was it clutch? The 6 damage that changed the
Yes.
world.
Now he's in. Well, he had at least 23 hit points. So
Oh boy. Yeah.
That really
Yeah.
good.
thanks for softening
he's
him
a
up.
sleeper.
Well, okay. So Nick,
Yeah.
what is special about this guy? Why is he a named token versus, being
because this one has a name in the book, so they gave it a token with its name on it. But my thing is that anytime, like I did it with the goblins, I did it with anytime you encounter them, I generate names for them and rename their tokens. This is just one I forgot to replace with the regular Dwagar token.
I see.
Sure. So there is no reason to assume that he's special or anything.
Correct.
No name tag.
Yeah. Oh, he's just in range too. Great. Gonna run up and slice him.
Oh, I think it's
Yeah, so let's get a short sword attack in there. 9. Guess what? A luck point is gonna be spent.
Oh, here we go. Wow.
Or an 8.
How lucky. How lucky of
Yeah.
you.
I hope
Loving
you kept
this
the
feat.
receipt on that luck.
Yeah.
We didn't say which kind of luck.
Yeah.
18 for the offhand dagger
18 will hit.
Never
for 2 damage.
did it. You fucking did.
Well, he had 23 HP and he took 6 damage. No,
Really sassy today.
huh? Yeah.
Barry, you're up.
Long last,
Okay.
the blade song wears off.
So I am going to move up and take a shot.
All right.
Take the shot.
Break. You are gonna
Nope.
kill Break?
14 hits his shield.
Yep.
Oh.
And RoboBear moves up.
Okay.
Moved a little too
Rix.
far. There we go.
These dogs have
Okay.
given up on the barking now. They're tired.
Yeah, I mean it's been
Yeah.
like in the game. It's been
Fuck it.
just about
They're
a minute.
dead anyway.
2,000 years later.
Like a minute straight, so that's good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to use my bonus action. Can I even hit from that angle?
If you're right there, I think that yeah.
I would say yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Like,
big.
poking around the corner. Okay. I use my bonus to get there, so I won't get offhand attack. I'll just do sneak, regular attack, and 26 to hit.
That hits.
And that's gonna be 15 damage.
Dead.
It's
Yeah.
bloodied.
Damn it.
What?
Almost got bro JK.
Cayleigh.
Justin?
Yep.
He's
Okay.
moving.
I'm just counting movement.
Mhm.
I am going to pull out a slip of paper and murmur something and then throw it at him. Pew
Pull out a
pew.
He's just like,
Just imagine Cayleigh is using passive-aggressive
Something.
post-it notes as
Mhm.
weapons.
17 hits. Cayleigh, do you want to describe your kill that ends
Nice.
With a piece of
Uh,
paper.
No, you're not knocking him out with the sizzling radiant damage. So
No, this isn't radiant. This is just bludgeoning. So,
This is
No.
just the paper.
I refuse.
so yeah, basically it hits him in the forehead and sticks there, and it just sort of knocks his head back, and yeah, he crumples to the ground unconscious.
We whapped him in the head with a newspaper. Got it.
No,
Nahesa's gonna
one
slit his
piece of
throat on
paper.
principle.
One single
All
piece
right,
of paper.
okay, I already gotta go get the other guy. Because apparently Rix wants to drag him into the spikes.
Yeah, one single piece of paper wafted across his vision, which set off his inner ear imbalance that's hereditary,
Mhm.
that caused
Yeah,
him to
no,
place
I-
plant into the contact.
It was actually a very rare, enzyme in one type of papyrus, and
he's
you know,
allergic.
that was
Yeah.
it's an allergic.
He's
So he
allergic
goes
to
into
rice,
anaphylactic
it's rice
shock, and
paper.
then
Hey, if you
Okay.
guys don't like my holy powers, you can just let me know.
you literally said it wasn't radiant.
It was, yeah, it was.
So,
He
So what are you
basically
guys
failed
doing?
his save versus subpoena, is what happened.
How long does someone stay on? Oh, it lasts until like a rest or something, right? That the guy wouldn't wake up unless his crew rested. The big boss that had a name and a
oh
bedroom.
yeah, long rest to
Yeah.
get 1 HP. Yep.
Yeah, so he's still unconscious. So
Mhm.
this seems to be everything interesting, or like it being over. I don't know. Rix, do you want to go deal with the big guy? Because like I
Yeah,
understood what you were
Head
getting
over
at.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
We
Wait,
should
what do you mean
Dragon
deal
wants
with?
it into the
or
doorway.
they're
Oh.
missing stuff.
What do you mean deal with?
Did we seriously come all this way
She's
just
going
to
to
get
get-
fish hooks and a lantern?
She's going to reiterate her point repeatedly into his chest.
I like that earlier Casey brought up that we basically judge dreaded these guys. And now he's like, what do you mean? There's something other
Execute
than
the
murder?
prisoner.
Yeah.
Mm. Presumably you knocked him out because you had something to ask him.
No, I just don't kill.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fists don't kill people,
There-
paper does.
yeah, it's just like getting, someone's like, oh, can you go get the groceries out of the car? I'm gonna go sit down or something. All right.
Bear wanders off towards the basement.
Okay.
I want to make sure we're not
Wait,
going to
we're
get
not gonna,
ambushed
like-
from something down there.
All
Search
right.
around
I'm
up
gonna
here
pat
first.
this guy down. Big Nildar.
The big guy. Okay. His shield.
Shrunk at this point, but yeah.
Well, he should
His
know the
shield is
boundaries.
magical.
Oh, neat.
Does anyone use one?
Yeah,
I
bear.
do.
Oh,
Bear does.
Yeah.
I will absolutely take that. I mean,
and-
later, but
And he has. You find a total of 75 gold pieces on him. And you find a letter.
he doesn't have another 30 gold. We're leaving
what
it here.
point?
It's gonna be like, dear Dwarfen name, you've been selected for the Faerun equivalent. of
I'm so
Nobel
glad that
Prize for your
got
great charity
good.
work.
doing the community. I'm so glad you can give back to the community.
It's a tiefling
Yeah, yeah.
prince. It's a tiefling prince from the spine
Thank
of the
you
world
for
that
all
wants
that
you to
you've
hold
done
on to
for
his
all of
father's
those-
inheritance.
In the Dwarven village, we love that you're fishing and providing food for all.
And it's so great for
And
you.
we-
It's so great of you to house all of those Dwergar.
Yeah, they even let you put your gang back together, and because you were all ready to remake your lives in the service of
Right.
And we
kindness.
appreciate you
Quality.
trying to take care of and heal
Yeah.
those horrifically wounded fungus people.
Can I loot the dead horse that's being beaten?
I can't wait to see you. All right.
Okay.
Nick, I'd like to loot the dead horse that's been beaten.
Yeah. The letter. This is written in Undercommon. I was looking for a handout, but
Oh.
text, so I'm just going to copy and paste it in the chat.
Sure.
And this is written in Undercommon. Nahesa.
Mm-hmm. I'll just.
Casey, choose what you're going to omit for what you tell us.
I'll read it aloud. I have no qualms about this. You guys never asked me to talk to them, and the one time I did, you got hella suspicious about it. So, my undercomment out there out loud. Brother, you'll find me on the frozen ferry in East Haven from this new base. The search for Chardolin continues. Long may our father reign over this dark land. Dearth.
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 Earth.
I just crumpled it.
Dearth.
Thirst. I'm just gonna search the room. I think someone already did a light search earlier, but I'll do a
I don't think we
random
actually
search.
put in here.
While
Yeah.
everyone's searching and stuff, I'm going to feed the dogs to the bear.
Nice. Oh, okay.
That took a turn.
I'm kidding, I don't do
Okay.
Love
Right.
Nick's
I
reaction.
didn't
Oh,
expect
nice.
We
Uh-oh.
should
Yeah,
go get that
I
bear.
did the first half.
Yeah,
should go
I love
get
how
the
I love how it's always like one of Cayleigh's big things is caring for animals, and I always have to. I'm either gone when there's an animal, or I have to make sure people aren't murdering
I
helpless
was
people.
making a joke.
Yeah, we're caring for the bear.
Yeah.
Eating it.
Come on. Don't you have a heart?
Okay.
Gotta
Rix, in Nildar's quarters, you find. Make sure everything. Okay. You find another 5 gemstones that are worth 50 gold each,
Oh, okay.
and you also find a magical gemstone
Oh,
boy.
that will require identification of some sort.
mhm.
This magical gemstone is a quartz.
Quartz. Okay.
Mhm.
How big is it?
Yay. Like 3 inches.
Oh, it's not a
Yay.
box.
I like how he said yay, and I looked
So-
at OBS just in time to see him put his hand down.
I didn't even look. I just heard yay, and I'm like, cool.
How big is it?
Oh,
Woohoo!
Yay.
Yay. Good.
So I said I was going over
Raises them.
for the basement.
So you're going south?
Yeah.
Back to where you guys fought the spore guys? Okay.
Yep.
I'll move you down in that direction because there's a impassable wall for some reason there. Boop. Okay. So this room, you see there are crates and barrels stacked up against the far wall, and then there are 4 doors, 2 on the north, 2 on the south. And if you were to open these doors, you would see that these look to be impromptu, like barracks that the Dwagar were sleeping in. And checking the crates and barrels, you find provisions, supplies, and then one that Trovus claimed has been taken from Caer-Konig. Right on top of the stack is the lantern.
Shut
Ooh.
up.
Nice.
We got our proof.
Bonus. Okay.
I'll move you back out.
I like how we managed to find the dwarf equivalent of American pickers.
All right.
Yep.
What are you guys doing?
Sounds like we got what we needed, so we don't need to talk to this guy.
There's a room over here, right? No one went to? Like the
To
observation
the
room?
east?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So there's this observation room, and then there are stairs that go up from there. On
I
the
will
far
go
east.
listen at the base of the stairs.
Okay. Take a perception check.
You'll get one. Yep.
You're gonna get one.
You don't hear anything.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks.
I know how 7s work. Okay. Well, I just wait expectantly.
Okay.
Does it look like there's a way to get to that other bunker?
Not that you've seen so far. But Nahesa is heading kind of like in that direct. Like Nahesa's almost directly north of it right now.
Right, okay, then I'll head that way and see if I can find a way to get into the bunker thing if that was sealed outside.
Sure.
Can we actually tie these guys up at least, or
There's still this one over here that's asleep.
yeah?
Yeah, you have 2 right now. Yep. You want to tie them together?
Yep.
And I think I'm gonna drag these kennels outside and let the dogs out.
No.
Don't. Who
No?
did?
Why?
No,
Let the
because
dogs
we there's a sled and there's dogs, which we don't have to purchase.
That
Are
is
they
true.
obedient? Like, I don't know that
But
it works.
they-
Like,
I mean, the sledge only carries like 1 person or 2
Carries
people.
2.
yeah, it is worth a whole lot.
So
though.
we'd still have to
And
like have
when
everyone
I come-
trudge along. Sorry.
Well, and we have.
When I
you guys
come
currently
up,
have one sled that Bjarnken pulls, right?
Mhm.
Mm.
So this
I
would
thought
be
it
your
was
second
Robo Bear.
sled.
Yeah.
Or Robobear, one
Somebody.
of them. Yeah.
I was gonna say once I come back up, I tell everybody that hey, there's a bunch of provisions and the proof that these guys were stealing down in the basement.
Oh yeah.
So we can use the sled to carry the provisions back to town.
I want to see if Leif actually hears me breathing.
I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he
I
does.
think
Oh,
not.
yeah,
What's
he
that
does.
hissing
Spend a
sound?
luck point.
All right, fine. That's
No.
that's one.
No, don't do it.
Where-
What's the point? Also, are you gonna be an 18 realistically? Really? Or a 19?
What?
He already beat it with the perception, so I guess he
Right.
barely detects me.
Yeah.
I can hear a CPAP machine going off in this room.
But where Nahesa is standing, Leif, she's at the base of a set of stairs that go up.
Mm-hmm. Gotta get up to get down.
Is that the same?
If anyone gets that joke, it's gonna be Ian, right? Okay, forget it. Hey, you think anyone else is gonna notice that like there's unexplored territory over here?
I mean,
Oh, Rix, I should also say, I forgot to. In Nildar's quarters, you do find a handful of black metal-like shards. The biggest one's about the size of a dagger. You'd count like 5 or 6 of them total.
Okay. Good to know.
Shardlins, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we should really get rid of the one that Bear is holding.
I thought it was in like a lead
Yes.
box now.
Well, No, I want to construct a lead box. So, but every time I've been looking for a lead, I can't find any.
I mean, how would we dispose of it?
Just find a very remote place and bury it.
Where's the nearest Mount Doom, Nick?
We're on a glacier.
I mean,
You're at the base of a mount right now.
presumably all of the shards that are there.
We've named an episode after it. We still haven't gotten there, but
Eventually.
What are the odds that we don't get to Kelvin's Cairn this
One of these
episode?
days. Pretty close to 100%.
So I'm just gonna say, if Leif or Nahesa, if one or both of you were to go up those stairs, you would see that it opens up onto a smaller room with a hatch. That hatch is open, and you can see a tunnel underneath it. So.
Oh, this is probably what leads to the bunker.
It leads to the bunker, yeah.
Yep.
Almost
And
like
that.
Wow.
That tunnel does lead.
My sarcasm
Yeah.
detector explodes.
Yeah.
I think we should. So, out of game, I think we should skip forward to us returning with the stuff.
I'm fine with that.
I'm good with
But
that.
that's up to you guys.
Yeah. Is there anything in the bunker? We'll do a check.
There's a couple of there's like a case of crossbow bolts and then a bearskin rug, and that's it.
Boom.
And can we load up what we can on the sled, tie up the dogs to it, and bring that back to... Okay.
Nick, I would have put in a
That would be
request
easy.
for a magic axe called Shrug that glows blue when sarcasm is about.
So it's just going to be blue at all times.
All the time.
So,
It's just a-
I'm hoping it will
30
save.
foot light.
I'm hoping it will fix my vision issues.
And are people
All right.
okay with bringing the subdued Dwargar back to Caer-Konig?
Yeah.
Sure.
Leif would not oppose it, and we're
Yep.
bringing the dogs in the sled, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And the
Okay with
goats?
that.
I will at some point ask, like, do the dogs know that, or like, I'm trying to figure out
What,
how.
that Soylent Green is people?
No, like, do the dogs
Spoilers.
do the dogs want to play this game where they're pulling the sledge?
If you're asking the characters, all
Oh yeah, no, Rúna's saying that out loud as we're traveling.
apparently it's worth a lot, so we might as well bring it back.
Worth a lot of what?
Those
Money.
fun gold discs.
Okay, I like those.
All right. You guys make the trip with the dog sled. You make the trip back to Caer-Konig in about a third of the time that it took you to head out. And when you pull back in, Trovus is happy to see you. He pays you what he said, which was 25 gold per person.
Mhm.
Thanks, Cayleigh. And yeah, and he takes the items and he'll ask questions and everything, where you found it and all that, and he'll like bring that information then to the Frozen Far expedition so that they can check out that outpost and everything too.
Mhm.
But yeah, consider that turned in.
I'm kind of curious how they do expeditions to the Cairn all the time and never found it.
We didn't go the regular way to the
we
Cairn.
actually didn't go to the
followed
Cairn. We followed the scent
scent.
of Dwergar.
Which was near
but
the
it's-
base of the Cairn, but it wasn't. Yeah, it would still. You were
It was-
probably a
it
good
was
couple
closer to
hours
the-
out of the Cairn itself. Still,
Still,
like,
those are some shitty explorers.
Yeah, that's not a lot of exploration if they're doing the same route every time.
Can we find a place to sell those gemstones or no?
Yeah.
Like, is this town? too
not in Caer-Konig, no.
okay.
And also, can you remind me of the identifying? Is it basically just a short rest?
Yeah, if you want to,
Okay.
attune. Yes.
Oh.
I mean, I want to
So-
see what it does. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to share this. So, Rix, if you attune that quartz that you found, it is a spell gem. I'm going to share it with everyone. The handout. Which actually, Rix, I just revealed it, but Rix, you wouldn't be able to attune it. But it has to be a spellcaster. But it is a gem that can store a single spell. A quartz can store up to a second level spell. Casting the spell from the quartz is always considered to have a DC 13 if it's a saving throw or an attack bonus of +5. So it overwrites whatever the caster's stats are.
So if you're looking to put a spell into it, you have to be a spellcaster, but to cast the spell, you don't have to be a spellcaster.
Correct. Yep. And this quartz has the spell Mind Spike stored in it.
Nahesa, did you drop this?
I don't need quartz to do.
And
yeah, but you're probably still the best person to have this because you've got a lot more spells that you can put into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
what would anyone want?
That's a sick
I
item.
guess.
Yeah.
Mind Spike is, in case you guys don't know, 2nd level divination spell. They make a wisdom saving throw. They take 3d8 psychic damage on fail, half success.
Yeah.
And if they fail, you always know their location until the spell ends. But
For the
only
next
while you two are.
And on the same point, sorry. Yeah.
Yes, yep. Hour with concentration. Yep.
Yeah.
Just put a sleep level 2 in there. You know that's what's going to happen.
Level 2
No, that's
because then you could give it to like Rixana, and then we could add her.
There we go. Like expand the sleep count.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm thinking we can probably just discuss this.
Sure.
In between sessions and figure out what the best use is.
Anything special about the shield?
So
the shield is a shield +1.
Okay.
Go figure.
That's special.
I will happily take it because that frees me up to use infusions for other things for folks.
Yeah.
Isn't your AC like 21 now?
It's the same because I had a shield
had a
+1.
Right, okay.
Yeah. This just opens it up so I can
do other things.
Help you guys out.
Sure.
So this town sucks. So there's nothing else to do here now that we've gotten back.
So
shitty expeditionary force didn't find anything. Can't even explore the ruins in their own town.
Since I didn't look before, is there a blacksmith in town here?
There would be a blacksmith in Caer-Konig, yeah.
Would I be able to get some lead?
Yeah, I would say so. If you're looking to fashion a lead box, I'd say 5 gold total.
Okay.
I will do so.
I'll chip in for that.
And while that is going on, Speaker Trovus would also approach you guys since you're in town. And he would let you know about how fishers on the lake have recently run into problems with gnolls. And he worries about Caer-Konig and the other towns that are on Dineshire. He said that some hunters that went on the other side, like southeast of Dineshire, spotted what they believe to be the gnolls, like where they live, where they reside. He's like, but there were too many of them, and the hunters turned around. He's like, you guys proved that you could handle our thief problem. I'd be willing to continue to pay you for a gnoll that you bring back if you find yourselves down in that area. And Leif, he would mark that on your map for you, if you're interested.
I mean, we'll take the map.
I'm incensed. One that we would have to like prove ourselves is competent or something.
What, to the drunk town speaker? Yeah, it does seem a bit.
Well,
yeah, it's like, oh, now you
send
trust
you out,
us.
and then you guys just
found
die.
fucking sign. Now you have another extermination gig for us. You know we already have a job, right?
He's like, you don't have to. I just thought you proved yourselves capable. You're some of the.
Take my drink and go outside.
Oh wait, did we get the location of that Durgar home base?
I don't think it was ever marked on your map. I think they just said it was.
They said it's on the east side of the mountain.
Okay, maybe we can get it out of the one of the guys that we captured.
Oh, they should be very talkative.
You could, yeah, bearing in mind you're going to have to go through Nahesa.
Unless someone else has comprehend language. Actually, that just lets you understand
Yeah,
it.
that
You
lets you
can't speak it.
understand
So,
you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nahesa's the world's surliest babelfish.
Oh my god.
So is that something that you guys want to do? Is talk to the Dwagar? Because if that's where we want to go, I think we can save that time. But if you wanted to like head to Kelvin's Cairn, or did you want to interrogate the Dwagar first?
I'm okay to just go, but if you,
I think we should talk
if
to
you
him first because by the time we come back, the guy probably would have let him go, or they would have taken over the town, or things would have
Or
happened.
they've taken over
Those
the
are the only two options.
Sure.
I cast comprehend language into the crystal and then throw it back.
Okay, I think with that, that's where we'll call it then. Thanks for watching and hanging out, everybody in chat. Jayhawk, I see you redeemed Blizzard again. That will come up right away at the beginning of next session next week. Thanks for cashing in for Inspiration, Sage, once again. And yeah, thanks for all the support and the viewership. We'll be doing this again next week at same time, Tuesday, 7 p.m.
I thought next time was the week off.
Nope, the 20th we're doing, and
oh,
then the week
right.
after that
Yeah, next
we're
2
not.
weeks, I
27th,
think.
that's right. Yeah, sorry.
And I wasn't planning to do it here, but I do think you guys accomplished a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and get 350 experience.
Yay.
Swapped out
To
and get
level
us.
by any chance.
That's what you need to level by, yeah.
Oh,
How
exactly.
convenient.
And
In
now
my
we have
notes, I
to level, we'll never level again.
In my notes, I have it written down like once they do last delivery, like that's when I want them to bump up. And I was like, well, no, they did a lot this turn, this session.
Yeah, we keep getting sidetracked by Dwergar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I again acted
Dwergar.
on the assumption that you guys are just blind to check everything later, you know. But
If you dangle
Yeah.
up in front of
Ooh,
us,
dangle a
Cairn,
Dwergar.
we will go for it.
all right. Well,
That's gonna
thanks
be
again,
the
everybody.
tavern we open up at the end of our careers, the dangling Dwergar.
Ooh, I like it. That's a good.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
No.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.